Warning: the following program is a recap of the HBCU sports world. It is meant to be comedic and informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their schools, or all black people. There may be some cuss words and some cultural words. If that bothers you, move along. If you're young, please seek permission before watching any further. If you at work, make sure you got your earbuds in. Don't blame us if you get fired. Thank you. The Outspoken Show.
And P.S. Don't be so damn sensitive.
You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. Jack, we Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Rick flaring, gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. One eye open like Betty Wops and find to these circles that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders, trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness is really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, black son, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us. We Rick flaring on us, flaring on us.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Face, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring on him, Rick flaring son up, baby.
Hey yo, Scotty, we back.
Yo,
Appreciate you for
kid,
reaching
you a
out.
star.
I'm like, hey, it's outspoken. A lot changed. Granted, the concept we still hosting. Giving you the fix you need when on the screen. The veteran, Captain Petty, giving you medicine. Come tap in. You know Scott gon' do what he do. Might not want to hear it, but here go the hard truth. Perry about the numbers, regret if you're not fact-based. When you run your lane, the numbers seem like a statue. Wait. Hey, Scotty, man, I'm not feeling it. I don't think the people feeling it. Let me get in my bag a little bit, just showing what this outspoken really about to be like. Outspoken, this is more than conjecture. These days they laying people off. So glad that we got our own. Hunger insatiable, made for you if you say you objective. Hard truth offering, no offense, just perspective. Come get your dosage and go with me. We spit it like poetry. The pivot was pivotal. Could right here, but I'd rather not. Some say Scotty, some call him Scott. The best one since Stewart. If you know, then you know. But if you don't, then you lost. Let me be frank for a minute, cause we all know that's how Perry be. Break it down the game for what it was, no apologies. This my hypothesis, you tune in, you like watching it. It's common sense, obvious, competent, rugged, and confident. Hey, we outspoken. We outspoken. We outspoken. This is outspoken, and we gon' put on a show, even if we hear you say I can't stand. It's outspoken.
Hey, backpack. I think we got another one.
What is going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Your boy Scotty back with another one. Man, listen, you already know it's Monday. It's Monday night. It ain't talking about Monday Night Football. We talking about some outspoken, baby. And you already know it can't be nothing without my brother from another. Get over my boy, Perry White. You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
You cross-repping a lot of brands right now. God, dog.
Well, they out of they're the cousins. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, it is what it is. They cousins. So you know, you like to stuff every now and then.
What's up?
No, what's up? I mean, you tell me what's up.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How you doing?
I'm all right.
I'm all right. I'm all right. I hope you are. I hope you are. You know.
What you thinking? What's on your mind?
You know, just
you got some tea in that? What's in there? Okay.
Yeah, that's just who I am today. That's the right, you know.
Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong.
I don't know how these ninjas keep pulling it out.
Thank you, Dawson Otis, for giving me something this weekend. My God. My God. Somebody gave me something this weekend. My former coach, Dawson Otis, came through.
Dog, I don't know how this man would be living on thin ice.
I'll take it.
I don't know how you do it, man.
I'll take it, Scotty. It worked. It happened. Somebody came through for me.
Somebody. Because it wasn't your team.
Hey.
Listen, man, I don't know how many times we gotta tell you ninjas, we don't lose at brag.
Who is we?
We.
Who the hell is we?
We, the people.
FAMU.
FAMU.
You part of that?
Florida Agricultural Mechanical University.
You part of that we?
Yeah. Yeah,
hell
I'm
no.
part of that. That's me.
It's whoever is up, you on it. God damn.
Smash made me pick a team. So he said, Scotty, this year you gotta pick a team. I said, okay, I'm rocking with fam. And I've been rocking with fam ever since.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, that's what it is. We don't lose.
Why'd you rock with them even with the coaching change and all the off-season turmoil? What made you still stick with a school that you gave hell?
You know what's crazy? And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. So what happened was it was between Alabama State and FAMU, and I know I tell you. I mean, I don't know if you believe in prophets or whatever. My wife's a prophet, right? So
you gonna blame this on the Lord?
No, I'm not blaming on the Lord. I'm telling you how I came about picking FAMU. I'm gonna tell you the story. So she's sitting on the couch and she's like, babe, who you gonna pick? And I'm like, I'm really gonna rock with my boy Andrew because they disrespected him and everything like that. And when you're married, when you've been with somebody long enough, but especially when you're married, you know when they give you a face like okay, like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, what you know? And I was like, so she gave me that face like, if that's what you want to do. And I was like, what you know? She said, well, me and your son, you know, Shy and Deuce. She said, we FAMU. And I was like, you know something I don't know. So then I made my decision based off that. So I was like, I'm gonna go with FAMU this year because I just knew Key had some. She has like when you've been
Did
around.
you tell me? Did you just say that she said she was FAMU?
Yeah, she was rooting for FAMU this year. She's no. Okay, let me be very clear.
Because we about to revoke some shit.
She loves Southern. Like she loves Southern. But she was for the football team she was rooting for. She was rooting for FAMU. But she loves
Saturday. Who she was rooting for?
Oh, that's a good question. Who are you? Oh, she was rooting for Southern. She was rooting for Southern.
That's a great answer. Great answer. I was finna call Kevin and say, look, Kevin, we gotta revoke some shit.
She said she was going for Southern. Even though I knew they were going to suck. She said even though she knew they were going to suck. But the baby was going for FAMU. But the baby and Shy were going for FAMU.
Tell her you can't root for Southern and be talking like that now.
That's
you can't be talking like that now. You better choose this road wisely now. Come on now. You either with us or you ain't. It ain't no in between. You got to be all in.
Hey,
and when you all in and with that L, you still got to sit here with Perry White. And you got to hold that L. Even when I say Southern go in and they take an L to somebody, you got to sit here.
Yeah.
I'll get critical when we get to that point constructively, but hey, you got to take that. I can't say Southern and you suck in the same sentence and then say I support
that. But if it's facts though.
Well, I'm gonna use other words. You gotta use your diction, your vernacular has to go other words. You gotta get in the dictionary and thumb through and find some other words. Don't use the word suck though.
She said I'm holding it. She said she's holding it.
So all right.
Hey, oh, let me show you this. This is listen, for all you FAMU people out there, when I tell you my son loves FAMU, let me show. He was acting a plum fool last night. Yeah, let me hear it is right here. Now, excuse the mess because we do got excuse the house in the backdrop because we live here, okay? But let me bring this up because this Bama is a plum fool. So let me see. Do I got it up here yet? Let me see. Here we go, right here. All right. This is him. We watching the game again.
That is what we like to see. That is what we like to see. That is what we like to see. But we still got an interception. That is what we like to see. That is what we like to see. What he just did.
So a little background. So we had just got the pick off of Noah. You know the one that
who is this we you keep speaking of?
Oh, FAMU.
Okay.
So
just killing me with that we word.
My bad. So I apologize. We speaking French over here. So we got the pick. I was rooting for FAM. We got the pick. So we had just got the pick, and this boy was like, "That is what we like." he was acting. That boy was acting a plum fool, boy. I'm trying to tell you. That joke was fun. I enjoyed.
What we like to see. That is what we like to see. That is what we like to see. That is what we like to see. But we still got an interception. That is what we like to see.
That boy funny. That boy loves him.
Nothing about that funny.
That boy loves him, man. That is what we like.
Ain't nothing like that funny, right? That is not funny.
Oh, that is what we like to see. That is what we like to see. All right, let's get it moving to today's show, man. That was hilarious, by the way. I just thought that was pretty amusing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, goddamn. A lot of that Saturday. It was a lot of that Saturday.
Oh, man. And you know what this show is sponsored by Elite 15 Coffee? Listen, if you want to be elite like the FAMU Rattlers, you make sure you get yourself some Elite 15 Coffee, better known, Black-owned business, and we support FAMU. Strike again. You might hear that all show. I don't know. Depending on how I feel. All right, listen, let's get to a lot of hot and viral. Ain't a little hot and viral, it's a lot of hot and viral this week. First off, listen, man. He leader of men. Now, people can say whatever they want about how I feel about Dennis Berry, and I stand on my facts and what I've said. But I've always made the notion of he is a leader of men. He's a motivator. He is somebody that I would love my son to play for if he's still coaching. Like, he's somebody to me. Now, you might not agree with this, but I think he has, like, he could be in the right situation. I feel like he can kind of, I don't want to say it because then people are going to judge him. Anyway, he's a leader of men. And I think I want to go to this video. And this ain't got me hyped when I was watching it.
Football team. Oh, man. Bring about a football team. Yes, sir. This thing do not have to be close. Oh, man. It don't have to be close, guys. It don't have to be close. We got full control. We're going to get 60 minutes. Don't have to be close. We should dominate this team. And when we talk about killing that fly, we just trying to send a message. We just trying to kill that fly today, guys, for 60 minutes. Don't let up either. No wasted drives. No wasted moments. Don't even let it be close, guys. We're the better football team. What's the matter with the team? Team I. What's the matter with the O? O-I. What's the matter with the D? D-I. Hey. Mailman. Gotta go to work. Man, sleep the snow. The mailman. Gotta go to work. We got a W-O-R-K. Work. I say all day, every day. Work. We got a W-O-R-K. Work. I say all day, every day. Work. Everybody go get some. Not a lot. Put a little bit. Hey. Football. You bet. Football. You bet. All the way.
Whoa, you got it. Yo, after a speech like this, I gotta put 60 on you. Okay? I got to put 60. Listen, I'll never forget the first time I heard Chinnisberry talk at the HBCU Legacy Bowl. He was talking to the team. I was like, man, who would not want to play for this dude? He is just full of energy. I know you've been around him for a long time, P. Talk about your experience with Chinnisberry.
Yeah, Coach Berry, did a great job while his time here at Southern. He was on the staff under Coach Odoms. Came in as co-offensive coordinator, O-line coach, and at the time he was sharing duties with Chad Germany. And then Chad ended up moving on, and Chinnisberry took over, and spending time in the locker room, spending time in his office, being around him on the practice field. Accountability is what he's all about. He would tell guys in the offseason when they show up for fall camp, you knew you was coming to fall camp. That was on you to get yourself in shape, to be ready. He always had something to say that at the end of the day, I think it all come down to back him being a Q dog. All them chants and all that. All that yelling, he just get turned on by that. He just loved it. Just, hey, let's go, fellas. Let's go to work, fellas. We got to do it, fellas. I really got a chance to be around him for sure once Skelton came to Southern. And sitting down, talking about the offense, man. One day, Chinnis and I, Coach Berry, sat down in his office, man, and we just talked about life. He a man that's deep in his faith, he's deep in his religion. We didn't talk no sports that night. We just talked about life, overcoming things, because at the time, I was kind of dealing with some stuff in my life. He was kind of dealing with some stuff in his life. And I don't even know how we came to just have that conversation, but that was the conversation we both had. And it was a very good conversation of faith and keeping the course between us, man. And, hats off to him and the success that he's having. Chinnis and I had one issue one time. When I was doing sideline reporting for Southern, I had made a statement on Facebook one time, and I was talking about him in his play calling as offensive coordinator. This was the year we lost the fam. Well, shit, I guess that was this year, last year. No. Oh, shit, I set myself up for that one. That was pretty good, wasn't it? That was pretty good. I set myself up for that. But I was critical of him because it was like, I say this all the time, it seems like play calling always switch up when we in the non-conference games. And at the time, fam, you was still in the MEAC. And we wasn't doing the things that I see that we do once we get into SWAC play. It's like when we get in those non-conference games, they go completely away from all the shit that they do in the SWAC. And it's like, what you hiding it for? You're going to show it on film next week when you play the SWAC opponent so everybody else can see it. So, I made a status about it, and I guess he saw it. He unfriended me on Facebook. And
I not unfriended you.
He unfriended me, and then I ended up getting called into a meeting saying, hey, the AD and some other people saying he wasn't too happy about that, X, Y, Z. So I said, as a man, I'm going to go to him man to man. Because he didn't come to me that he had the issue. He went to, I guess the proper cause. And so, the whole idea was they was talking about suspend. I said, man, look, if you do it, I don't care. It is what it is. It's a lesson. So he had an issue with me, but I found him on the field. I tried to catch him. The next game was at Pine Bluff. I tried to catch him, but he took off on me. He went up to the press box. But I caught him at the next home game. I think it was against Prairie View. And he was down on the field. And I had already talked to Coach Odoms. I said, hey, I think he got an issue with me because of what I said. I was critical of him publicly. And Odoms was like, yeah, we had a conversation. He was like, I understand who you are as a man. That's you work it out with him if you're willing to work it out. So me and Odoms talked about it. So I saw him. I went on the field and me, I'm mad. I shook his hand, looking right in his face. And I said, it's nothing personal. It's strictly business. It's nothing personal about you as a man. It's just strictly business about what I see because I'm reporting the game. I'm calling the game. I'm seeing what I see. I clearly can tell a difference of day and night from one opponent to when we get into another opponent. And we kind of had that moment of men to have that understanding that when it come to me, dog, it ain't nothing behind your back. It ain't nothing around the corner. If I got an issue and if there's an issue with you, to me, let's talk it out. We're grown men. We ain't no thugs. We ain't nobody on the street. It ain't no beef. It ain't none of that. So after that, Chennisberry and I, it took off for more than what it was. And when the last time I saw him, it was at the Bayou Classic. It was Skelton's last Bayou Classic in 21. He was in the stands and I saw him. He said, what's up, big dog? We shook hands and I told him, congratulations to what he got going on. So, just who he is as a man, and where he is, I think the success is following him because that faith that he has to continue to push forward, man. And he's showing it.
I think for what's funny to me is I think Chennisberry is an odd case because I remember his last few years at Southern as an OC. It was really rocky. People didn't like it. It was real rocky. And I think it is funny. You don't see a lot of guys who, I'm not saying he was a bad OC, but where it was a little questionable to now being a really good leader of men. And I think being a head coach is just always his forte. And I think it's his strength as well, building a culture, setting that culture, and implementing throughout everybody and everybody believing into that. I think you're really seeing the benefit of what Chennisberry is as a head coach, because to turn around Benedict and then walk right into South Carolina State and turn that around to make them literally a second in the MEAC, maybe this new powerhouse that NCCU has to see for consistent time is it's not a small feat when you see other coaches' first years going the complete opposite direction. So
yeah, Benedict was never even known for winning until he
facts.
And I don't even think they even doing half of what he did.
Not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close. And let me give a shout out to South Carolina State's media team. Y'all Bama's been killing it. Whoever that Bama is, you've been killing it. Okay? Get your check in the mail. Okay? Because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. Now, man, listen.
You found the most thug gangster.
Black Nikes.
Hey, found all easy looking mother.
I had to find the right one, Brody. Listen, this jank is something else. And going into that, to go a little deeper, is he was fined by the SWAC office. I got that slide up here too. Says the SWAC has publicly reprimanded and levied a fine of 5 G's to Grambling State's Mickey Joseph for his comments related to the officiating during the conference virtual head media conference today. The comments surrounding Grambling's game with Texas Southern on Saturday were made in violation of the SWAC regulations. Now, I know we don't talk a lot of Dion on this platform, but Dion said something that it always resonates with me.
But people just don't talk about it. This is the problem. I could say stuff. Coach George could say stuff. Coach Hugh Jackson could say stuff. But some guys that don't have that, they can't elaborate and talk about the dysfunction that they're dealing with because they're subject to be fired. When we do it, you may not like it, but I'm not lying.
He ain't lying.
So
when I do it, you might not like it, but I ain't lying. And let's not act like he was lying. Let's go to the footage of today.
Coach, I want you to
First of all, can we give a shout out to, I think his name is Perry, what's his name? The guy who answered the question, asked the
Perry
question.
Daniels.
Shout out to Perry Daniels because he wasn't scared to ask for an elaboration on what he meant earlier when he did his monologue. Shout out to him because you know the guy who didn't ask. Oh, hi, Mickey. Hope everyone down there in Grambling and Roswell and Ruston is really great. Hope all is well with you. You know he ain't gonna ask. You know Champ ain't gonna ask. You know nobody else on the call go. So shout out to Perry Daniels for having him elaborate so we can get this hot line.
Wrap that statement you made earlier, making business decisions with their feelings. Help us comprehend that.
I think it's some bullshit calls.
From the referee's standpoint.
Exactly. So they can take it the way they want to take it. They can fire me. They can do what they want. It's some bullshit calls.
And this seems to be consistent against Grambling, or was it just in this game?
Consistently. But that I'll stop right there with that. You know, I know they're going to shoot me a fine. You know, got the money to pay it. So
come on, I got the money to pay it.
Goddamn.
Perry, you are a ref. We won't go into depth of what you do, but you are a referee. Let me say this. I know there's some professional courtesy between referees and all that type of stuff. I get all that. From your time dealing in the SWAC, as a rep, through your referee eye, how bad on a scale, if you were grading SWAC referees, overall report card, what would you give them? And do you think this was warranted by Mickey Joseph?
We're going A to F in terms of what I've seen grading. I would probably go in the C range because it's not horrible. For me, what I see is inconsistencies. And I think for Mickey Joseph, that's what he's seeing. Let's just go back to the Texas Southern game for Southern. I was critical in that game in terms of what I saw.
Yeah, you did say that.
It was real tough. And I mean, all season from Southern fans, and Southern fans will tell you if they've been at the game in the chat. And I don't know about the other schools, about the inconsistencies that we've seen with the officials. Now, does it make all the officials bad? It does not. But there's a picture right now, 3 guys that they have, SWAC refs, and they like, if these white hats have your game, the white hat is the head ref.
Yeah.
If you have one of these 3 guys at your game.
Oh, send me that picture. If you can find it, please send it to me.
Let me see if I can find it right quick.
Or tell me where it's at and I'll go get it.
I saw it in one of the SWAC groups. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, if you find it, please send that to me. I want to pull them Bamas up.
But you go ahead. You talk about your point.
My bad. So let me say this. I 100% agree with Mickey Joseph's assessment of the cause. And this is my issue. On top of the inconsistency, there's no reprimand against the referees by the league. You willing to give a $5,000 fine to Mickey Joseph, but you're not willing to reprimand or take away or suspend referees for the. I mean, I have seen so many bad calls. I'm just like, how in the blue hell is this going on? I will never forget this. This game I will never forget. And I called P like 3 times. It was Southern against Nichols. And Southern had tackled the running back. He fumbled. Like, if I bring this play up right now, he fumbled. Southern recovered the ball. They negated the fumble and gave the holding call against Nichols and just put him back 10 yards. I said, how does this even work? Mind you, it was SWAC referees because it was a home game for Southern, but it's little things like that I just be like, how did we get here? Or how does this stuff work? Or how does this stuff go by and nobody's challenging it? Nobody's giving anything on regards of the referees or why they're this or why they're that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And shout out to Mickey Joseph. Listen, first of all, I'm about to go into the minutia, and I hate doing this, but the minutia of it is he was only supposed to get fined $1,000, right? Like, technically, I don't know why they fined him. Mickey Joseph, have me be your lawyer, because let me bring up something real quick just to prove to y'all that he was over penalized in the fine. So let me bring this up real quick. Shout out to my girl Yard Talk. She sent me this, so I'm not gonna take no credit. Like, I found this on my own. Yard Talk sent this to me. So let me bring this up. So in the new bylaws, right? In the new bylaws, there's a section in there that brings up. Here we go. Let me share my screen. Window, boom. Now, if you read this, it says inappropriate, derogatory comments to the media about officials, coaches, student athlete, administrators, or designee, $1,000 per contest. He did it one time. It's in the bylaws. It is in the bylaws. So, Mickey, get your 4 G's back. Want to be very clear about that. Mickey, get your 4 G's back. They shouldn't. It was only supposed to be $1,000. I don't know who the SWAC think they are trying to get extra money out your pockets, my boy. It's $1,000. Period. Unsportsmanlike behavior by head coach, assistant coach, trainer, and manager, $1,000. It says it right there in black and white. 1,000 buckaroos. Get your money. Get your money back. But I think the biggest thing for me, and I'm going to play it one more time until Perry gets back.
I want you to unwrap that statement you made earlier, making business decisions with their feelings. Help us comprehend that.
I think it's some bullshit calls.
From the referee's standpoint.
Exactly. So they can take it the way they want to take it. They can fire me. They can do what they want. It's some bullshit calls.
And this seems to be consistent against Grambling, or was it just in this game?
Consistently. But that I'll stop right there with that. You know, I know they're going to shoot me a fine. You know, got the money to pay it. So, Perry.
Hey, listen. That just is what it is. That just is what it is. Now, this was on the SWAC head coaching call that today when Mickey Joseph made those statements. And again, I'm gonna say it. He's not lying. Come on, guys. Like, it has been, since I've gotten to this space, the one constant that every single team complains about is the referees. And I thank God that Mickey Joseph stood on business and said what everybody's been saying for the past 4 years I've been in this space, that the SWAC refs are bad. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely trash. And nobody takes accountability for it. And they get paid to be this bad. That's my issue. They get paid to be this bad. And I know if you guys like Scotty, where Perry at, if you just joined in, he is looking for the picture with the white hats in the SWAC groups that I asked him to find. Hopefully he can find it. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Nope, can't do it. Perry, you find it?
Give me 1 second.
Oh, man. Oh, Jesus. I can't wait to see what goes on with this, Jake. But let me see what we got in these comments. Said Ashley be about to whoop. Dang, Ashley Robinson cussed the ref smooth out at the BCU game over the sideline interference call. They've been absolutely ass. The refs been absolutely ass. They need a 5K for lawsuits. They got, honestly, the way that the SWAC is paying these head coaches, more head coaches need to come out against it. Shoot. For real. But they didn't suspend them, though, so it's got the other side of it. Stand with my AD. I know the SWAC office is watching y'all some hoes. You think y'all some hoes? Oh man, that's funny. I understand that ref was about to get crowded by some fans. Ooh-wee. That ref was about to get crowded by some fans on something at homecoming. Let me see. Let me see. Stole some of your touchdowns. Anyway, we're not about to make this a Pothole State show. That's Wednesday. If you want to talk Pothole State, come on Wednesday. Hey Perry, it's all right if you can't find it, Brody. Refs can bad for a while now. This is nothing.
Man, any other time I could put my hand right on it, bro. I cannot find it.
It's okay.
It's 3 guys, 3 white hands. I don't know what I did with it.
Hey, if anybody knows what he's talking about, y'all can send it to me on my text number, 21. I think it's like a 214 number. It's in the link in the description below. Try to send it to me before the show ends so I can bring it up whenever somebody finds it or whenever somebody knows what he's talking about. So, yeah. If not, we will continue on. All right, let's move on. Oh, but Perry, did you want to say anything else about the referees situation? You're muted.
I like to see more consistency from the officials. I mean, it was tough to watch at the Texas Southern game. It was, and it's been off this year. I've seen it off a few years, right? I don't know in terms of the training. I don't know, what's going on. I'm sure they're being evaluated. There have been crews who have, unfortunately, with their decision making in games, have been evaluated and been demoted in some instances. So, I just think at the end of the year, whoever is over the officials for the conference has to really take into accountability, saying, guys, how can we get better? And the name of the game is consistency. If it's wrong, sell it. Make me believe it was right.
Yeah.
It's about how you sell the call. I saw it Saturday at Pine Bluff in Mississippi Valley. For myself and the people that was around me had issues, and it was just coming up with just decisions of what the call is going to be, where the spot is going to be, who is enforced on. If you was at that game, there was multiple times in which the game was probably delayed about 10 minutes just as officials trying to come up with a decision on the call. And there was nothing that had to be reviewed. So I think they just have to do better. Whoever's evaluating has to really, and maybe the pool of guys that they're pulling out of, could be a tough thing as well. It could be a shortage. It could just not be, and I don't want to say a good group of guys, because I think all of them, whether they men or women, are doing the best that they can, but it's the same way like on my level. You have officials that hold you to a T to everything. And the key is always, don't be so quick to blow your whistle. Make sure you see it. Make sure you analyze it. And then when you analyze, because you don't have to throw the flag initially in that moment. The flag can come out a little later. You see it all the time when somebody say pass interference and you see the guy and then all of a sudden the flag. That's because you got to give me time to process. There's a lot of shit happening in front of me. So you got to give me time to process. But I think most of all, analyzing what you see, then coming together with the other guys and making sure what you saw is what you saw. Maybe somebody else saw it. And then being able to go out there and sell that call. I think what Mickey Joseph, myself, and many others have seen the inconsistencies of the call for one team, but it does not seem to hold the weight for another team.
Yeah.
I saw a targeting call, helmet to helmet, that I thought against Texas Southern at Southern when they played in Houston a couple weeks. The official threw the flag, and you just knew that's exactly what it was. You know what he ended up calling? Face mask on the running back. And it backed Southern up when clearly the Texas Southern defender went straight into him with his helmet. And you just knew that was going to be the call. And it was not the call. They called face mask on the running back and bagged it up. And it was just like, bruh, what the hell are we doing here? So, and I think for a long time, plenty of fans are asking this, bro, what the hell are we doing? It takes away from the game. I'm not quick to throw my flag. Half the time, I'm not throwing my flag. I mean, it has to be so blatant that when you go back on the field, you like, good job, Perry. Damn right you threw the flag. But I think right now these officials, I think everybody is a little flag heavy. But most importantly, if they're not flag heavy, they just inconsistent in the calls. You got to be consistent. For no matter what team it is, you got to be consistent in the calls. And those calls, when you go back, because after my games, we have an evaluation. Somebody goes back and every foul during the game, it's recorded who threw the foul, what time of the game it was thrown, who it was thrown on, the player. And then we get a list of a foul. We call it a foul report.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, the foul report is sent off. And then there's someone within the association who evaluates that foul report. And so they go exactly to that point in the game and they watch, why did you throw the foul? How it did? They're going to make a comment. Hey, this didn't look like this. Hey, this shouldn't have been there. Hey, great call right there. Definitely a great call. Hey, you missed the blind side block at the same time. You get that evaluation and it's on the foul report and then they send it to you. So you get to see whether it was a line judge, linesman, a back judge, an umpire, the whitehead himself, a deep wing aside judge, a field judge. You see who throws the penalty and who's accounted for that penalty. And then when they evaluate it, they give you an assessment of that. I know they're doing that on the SWAC, but they probably doing a lot of, hey, you missed this call. Hey, what the hell was it? What was the consistency? And that's what it comes down to, just the evaluations. And with evaluations, Scott, I tell you all the time, you just can't go out there and throw a flag and blow a whistle. You got to watch film. You got to be able to understand what you're watching and what you're seeing. And you learn that in the clinics. You learn that when you get a chance to go to these different camps. You have to watch film and evaluate where you messed up. I mean, when I first started, it was so much I saw because of my mechanics. I was so nervous about my mechanics, I couldn't focus on the game. And then when the mechanics, and I got comfortable with that, the game slowed down for me because I know the game is just on me. That's it.
Shout out to my boy Vark who said that to me. Shout out to Vark. Says, shout out to Cartwright who posted it. Says, when you see these three guys at a SWAC football game, expect a bunch of flags and at least one bad call that costs one or both teams. Hey, listen, I know for a fact the one in the yellow at the bottom, he that big muscular Bama, that he's ass. He's ass, and that long nose, the droopy-eyed dude on the long picture, he's ass too. I definitely know those two. I've seen them enough times. They both are bad. I don't know about this top third one. I don't see him very
often. The top one, he always seemed kind of timid in his calls. He kind of always be like, I don't know. But I know when you see these guys, bro, hey.
Dog, especially, I'm telling you, the one in the yellow, he's the worst. I'm telling you, that muscle head, fake fake Ving Rames, like I'm telling you, he's the worst.
And I think all the coaches in the conference at some point have a sentiment towards this to feel some type of way. Mickey Joseph was just the one to say it, but I'm pretty sure when the rest of them heard it, they probably said, I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I can assure you throughout the conference with coaches, at some point they felt the same way. And it's just something I think needs to be evaluated. It needs to be really looked into in terms of where we stand right now with officiating. And it's kind of not just the SWAC either. It's kind of across the board. Currently, especially with this helmet to helmet, the targeting. It's like everything is targeted. Then at one time, the issue was what's considered a catch. What's really a catch?
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, you know that all too well, Dallas against Green Bay.
No, don't even. Dog, I'm still scarred by that. Still scarred.
But I always tell people at the same time, when you're watching football, you're watching the ball. As officials, and I even have to tell coaches this, you're watching a zone. I don't watch the ball unless the ball comes to my zone. Other than that, I'm watching players. I'm watching what's happening because there's a lot of things happening on the field, and you can't watch all of these guys at one time like the fans are trying to do. The fans, I typically keep eye to where the ball's going. If the quarterback got his hand on the ball, that's what you're watching. That's what you're paying attention to. I remember that game. And they moved the ball up, moved the ball back to shortest. But it's a lot that goes into officiating. It's a tougher job than said. I know it's easy to criticize. The only thing about officiating that I always say, just be consistent in your calls. If you're going to hold one team accountable, you make sure you hold both teams accountable because you're there for a football game. You're not there for one team. So I can understand that Mickey Joseph feel like, hey, it's been against us. Southern fans, we feel like that a lot too when we see games like, damn, we just can't get past the ref. So, consistency and having purpose in that consistency, that's the only thing I would say.
I wish somebody can get these Bama's their name so I can really so I can call them out by name, like Jonathan Demetrius. But I ain't got his name. So, but yeah, them dudes is ass. I usually see that dude. He used to be in like the Valley games. He usually be at them like the low brim games. You know what I'm saying? Like the UAPB games, the Valley games. Like I seen him a couple times. I can't, but them other two, they the worst. They absolutely the worst. All right, let's talk about the comeback. It's real. Slowly but surely.
I'm happy for you.
Man, if Howard just would have did his job, I was there. Right there. All right. He's going to a couple of games. Of course, you see that. Just throw that out there. I went with Prairie View. Now, all you 12 PV fans, put some damn respect on my name. I picked you bums, and y'all won. Put some respect on my name, KJ Black. All right. He always texts me after the show like, damn, Scotty, like, could have showed PV some love. Like, no, I can't. You see the rest of them. UAPB, Alabama State, we picked Grambling. They came up short. Probably because of the referees. God almighty, man. You got to be. Yo, I swear to God. Howard is so ass, bro. They are so ass. I said, be home. No, I can't believe they won that game, man. Jesus Christ. And when y'all see the stat line, oh my God. Oh my God, when you see the stat line for the Novo game, you're like, how, Sway? How? Jesus. And man, Hampton pulled it out against Eli, man. Gotta give him credit for that. Shout out to Hampton, okay? Shout out to Hampton.
Remember, I said if you look back at it, in my exact words, I would not be surprised if Hampton was to get it done. And I wasn't surprised, but at the time, it was just I put a little too much faith in that PWI, didn't
I? Oh man, that's facts. That is facts. Woo! Don't slip up.
I've been holding on for a smooth month right now. I mean, it was rough first 2 weeks. All these non-conference bullshit games was putting me in the hole. And then I had that 1 week where I just took off. That 1 week I just took off. And so I'm holding on strong, y'all. I'm holding on strong. 88-28, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. I just need one more week.
First to 100, my nigga. First to 100.
Yeah. And I'm no Diddy. I was about to say I'm coming, but no, that's what I'm gonna say. No Diddy, but I'm Oh, let's move on. So what the hell happened? I don't have my drop today. It's only Delaware State. All right. Two-time what the hell happened award winner. South Carolina State pulls it out. Bulldogs 65. I don't even know if it was 35. Was it like 37 or was it 65-35 or 69-35?
It was 69-35.
Yeah, I was rushing on this one. So, but ass whooping handed out. What you got on this stat, P?
Oh man, what an ass whooping it was, man. 69-35. Homecoming at South Carolina State, and they couldn't have picked a better opponent to get a victory over the Hornets of Delaware State. It's just amazing that a couple weeks ago, well, let's say a few weeks ago, we was talking about over under Delaware State winning 5 games. Does not seem likely at this point, as this team is not looking like they're being too competitive to get past any team in the MEAC. Maybe on the back end of Howard, maybe they can sneak Norfolk. I don't know. But the damn show wasn't South Carolina State. South Carolina State in this game, 631 yards of total offense, Scotty, and the people that's watching. 477 total yards passing, 154 on the ground, 2 turnovers for the Bulldogs in this one, both by fumble on the other side for the Hornets. They were 4 of 14 on third down, Scotty. 322 total yards of offense, 126 in the air, 196 on the ground. They had 3 turnovers, 2 by way of fumble, 1 by way of interception. Jaden Stewart was back in this one, but he did not have a good day. 3 of 7, 66 yards and a touchdown. He also, Jaden Sutton, and then he also had 15. Then he had Jaden Sutton, 15 carries for 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. Skylar Jordan on the receiving side for Delaware State for 1 reception, 71 yards and a touchdown. How about Eric Phoenix? This guy is ascending to the ranks where he could be the Black College Football Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, just by the way he's been playing. 18 of 21 for 341 yards for 4 touchdowns. Not to mention he had 4 carries for 30 yards and a touchdown. Then you look at Duhart in this one, DeAndre Duhart, 8 carries for 58 yards and 2 touchdowns. Caden High, who you've been real high on him, 4 receptions for 132 yards and a touchdown. And then Carter with 6 receptions for 114 yards and a touchdown. And then throw in Justice Smith-Brown also with 7 receptions, 99 yards and a touchdown. Four different receivers in this one. Nigel Johnson as well to add in, had touchdown catches thrown to them by Eric Phoenix in this one. And it was 28-7 at the end of the first quarter. 21 more points that they put up before halftime for South Carolina State. There was 49-0, 49-14 at halftime. And they never looked back. And then Delaware State got the garbage points, got 21 points in the fourth quarter. But this was all South Carolina State. Chennis Berry and the Fighting Mailmen went to work.
Oh, goddamn.
Not the Fighting Mailmen. Listen, when I tell you about a receiver, book it, okay? If I tell you that Bama good, book it. I've been talking about Caden Hoff. I love that kid, man. Listen, I don't ask for kids. It's only a few kids like I would ask for their jersey. Like, yo, let me get your jersey. I just frame it or something. It'll be Caden High. It'll be Gibson from UAPB, and it would be. Yeah, that's all I got right now. Those are the only guys I'm like.
You don't want a Gassy jersey?
He hasn't really like exploded on the scene for me. Like he's good, but he hasn't really exploded on the scene for me. I'm talking about guys that just explode on the scene. It would be Gibson and Caden High. Those would be my 2 guys that I'd be like, yo, let me get the jersey up off you. Let me get that. And I like Javon Robinson from Grambling, even though they don't give him enough respect. Like, if I'm Javon, I'm leaving. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm leaving. I'm not about to waste my time.
And I was early on. I mean, as much shit as I talk about PV, I thought Smart Savage for PV was gonna be that dude. Like,
yeah, he should be. I don't know how I don't know why they're not using him. In a better way. But yeah, like for real. He's nasty. Shamar Savage is he's a prototypical type NFL wide receiver for real. Like if that's the kind of guy you build in a lab and you say, hey, what does a NFL wide receiver look like? It looks like Shamar Savage. I just don't think they're using him well, but to each his own. Yeah, so shout out to Caden High, shout out to Javonte Gibson, man. Those guys are pretty special. Cannot lie. Those guys are doing it. Man, Pete, you hit me up. You told me you went to UAPB and you said you had a story time down in Arkansas, Pine Bluff. Let the people know, P. What we talking about today?
Why you got me with this hair like I'm headed to a Beyonce concert?
You wore that at homecoming. Don't act like you didn't put that on at homecoming.
That ain't the hat, though.
That was the hat.
No, it ain't.
I got the picture. When we bring the picture, I'll bring the whole picture.
No, don't do it. All right, let's just go.
All right then.
Well, I tell you, niggas ain't shit, boy. I got the picture, bro. You want to put it? No. No. It was for laugh and joke, though. I was serious with that thing, wasn't it?
Boy, hey, that joke was nasty, though. And how you hustled to get the hat was even doper. He was like, I got this open bar bracelet, I don't even know what you said to her. And she was a fine old lady now. Can we talk about that? Let's talk about that, right? So
what you want to talk about?
Let's talk about that. So so a little backstory, right? So we at Southern Homecoming and P being the promoter, everybody know P, right? So he see the hat and I don't know what he says. He go over this lady. The lady was about 50 something. She was like 50, 51.
No, she wasn't even that old.
49?
40
Yeah,
something.
I thought she said she was about 48, 49. She wasn't bad. I want to be very clear. She was not bad, right? So Perry, sweet talking her, hooked her up with an open bar bracelet. He like, let me wear the hat. She passed him the hat. The hat was fire. I mean, like the hat was absolutely fire. So P like, take a picture. I got the picture on my phone. All right, then. All right. So he like, take a picture. So then it gets weird, right? Okay, first of all, P's homeboys, right? They all players. Like they all, you know, they gonna talk their game or whatever. I'm telling you, somebody could have went home with that. Somebody could have went home with her that day.
So I was on the mama, and then the mama was like, hold on, I got my daughter here, and my daughter with her friends. Let me bring them over here so they can meet your friends. So I'm like, damn. So the mama, I'm chopping it up with her. She done brought them over there for my partners. Now my partner on the daughter and the friends. So I'm like, God damn. So they like, boy, hey, good looking out. And I know. So she didn't gave me the hat. She didn't forget, fuck the hat. Now at this point, she like, it's yours if you want it. Like, I don't even care. Like, wear it as long as you want, Perry. It's all yours. So yeah, it was a little interesting situation.
Definitely could have took her home. Listen, I'm telling you, it was in her eyes. You listen, you know when a girl at first she was a little inebriated. Let's be very clear, but she was sober minded enough to be like, you can get these old draws if you want to. I'm telling you, and it worked. And she wasn't like, if you walked up with her, you would not think she was 49 years old. Let me be very clear about that. She looked. If she didn't tell you her age, you would have thought she was about 39.
She don't wear old drawers. She wear like lace panties and thongs. Yeah, she ain't like Strange. She ain't like Marcus.
Nah. Yeah, I'm telling you. She had
Boomerang. She wasn't like that
in her eyes. I looked at Key. Me and Key was sitting there. I was like, he could take her home if you want it. Key was like, I definitely agree with that.
Hey, what's up with it? You want something? Hey, she loved the hospitality like this young brother. Yes, ma'am. Come on over here. Let me I got my daughter and her friends. I see your homeboys over there too.
What Biggie said? Let you know, your friends will be my friends, and we can be friends. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we can do this every weekend.
I'll be stepdaddy, and my partner come in and we both in and out that thing. Like, boy, what you doing up here? Shit.
What you doing up here?
Hey, you know what I'm doing? I got Miss Parker up in here, boy.
So yeah, that was a whole thing in itself. But all right, back to the story time.
I like that story too. But that hat, yeah, that was the whole story of the hat.
Yeah, that was the whole story.
When I saw it, all I thought about was band director. That's why I wanted to put. Swear to God, I had already been drinking. So when I saw, I'm like, damn, that's like one of the band director hats, and it's glittered out. Like she done bedazzled this joker down, and she rocking it. Yeah. So I wanted to put it on, and shit, I got real serious with it too. You thought I would have been the band director, but all right, where we at with it?
What's crazy, real quick, Mr. Campbell? I didn't get a picture of her. That's the crazy thing. Like, I just got a picture of P with the hat. She walked away and then came back later, and they continued to converse. But dang,
it was all happening so fast, y'all.
It was. You
don't even understand the scene that I'm talking about. It was a million things going on.
Yeah, it was
1,000 things going on that scene. So, but yeah. All right, so I'll tell the story without that on the board, though. Please take that. That's funny, though. I like that. So, man, I go up to Pine Bluff this weekend. So, no, everybody, I didn't go to Tallahassee. I went to Pine Bluff at homecoming again. It was UAPB's homecoming. So I said, you know what? We've been doing this list of the bottom of teams, you know, what you call it?
The jump-offs.
The jump-offs. So I'm like, you know what? I want to go see a top 5 jump-off matchup. Number 1 versus number 5. It was Valley versus UAPB. And I'm like, shit, I want to watch this. So I go up to Pine Bluff, you know, and hang out. This is my 3rd UAPB homecoming, maybe in 15 years. You know, but this was the first one that I just really was around. The last time we went up and took an RV, we didn't really do much. When you got an RV and you tailgating, everything is kind of to that. You don't really go off too far, but this time I got out. And so I saw people I haven't seen in years. We talking 10, 15 years, man. And So shout out to Cameo Stokes. Shout out to Chris Robertson, athletic director, Cameo Stokes and Athletics. Shout out to my man Greg Summers over the Rolling Rolling Lions RV Club. Hospitality. Love those dudes, man. So they took care of me. I got an all access pass. I get in the game and make my way into the game, looking around. So it pours down raining. Rain wasn't even in the forecast this game. It pours down raining as soon as I sit down ready to watch the game. So now you got a stadium full of folks, everybody trying to get down and go underneath the stands. So you got people who drink, you got people who wet. And then when you underneath the stands, just imagine when you get masses of people together, everybody just bunched up. So I told my partner Q was with me. I said, hey, Q, you know what? Let's go up to the press box, man. We can get away because it's pouring down raining, so we can't get outside the stadium. And everybody crowded up in here. But let's go up to the press box and kind of get away from all the madness. He said, cool. So we get on the elevator. I run into a classmate of mine who graduated with me. He's a cardiovascular doctor now, Stephen Brodden. And his dad is big time on the board at the University of Arkansas. So we get on there, we start laughing and talking about the old days. So there's two different floors in the press box. You got the media floor, then you got the floor with the alumni, the suite. So I get in there and I go to the suite. So we walk in and it's all good. I'm seeing some people out there know my mom and stuff because I got family history, family lineage that goes deep to UAPB, AM&E, and all the way back in the day. So I'm coming in, it's still pouring down rain. And then I look up, it's inclement weather delay. So they delayed the game for 30 minutes. So I'm like, damn, all right. I'm looking around like, all right, there's got to be a bar in here. You know, every suite I go into, there's a bar. So I'm looking for the bar. I finally find the bar. I asked her, I said, is it an open bar? She said, no, it's not open bar. Everything's $5. I said, well, cool. I ain't got shit else to do. Let me get a drink. So I got a beer and I got a whiskey Coke. So then I go to the seats. And I saw a row of seats there. So I go down towards the end and I sit down and I turn around and it's 4 older people. They was old, but I'm going to use seasoned. 2 women and 2 men, husband, wife, sitting there. So I sit down. I'm like, shit, just good to finally sit down after all the chaos. So I turn around. I said, how y'all doing? Happy homecoming. That's exactly what I heard. Nothing. I said, damn. So I turned back around, Scotty, and I just was like, you know what? Let's drink my beer and take a sip of my whiskey. And I'm looking, I see the inclement weather, stadium empty, pouring down, raining outside. So I said, you know what? I'm going to try this again. You know, I'm a talker, as y'all see here on this show. So, I'm like, let's try this again. I said, y'all enjoying yourself? Everything good? Damn. All right.
Tough crowd.
So my partner Q at this point, he didn't got his drinks and he didn't came and sit down next to me. So then I said, I'm gonna try one more time. Third time you strike out. Fuck it. So I turned around and I asked the lady. I went specifically. I said, hey, where are you from? I said, you look. I lied. You look familiar. Where are you from? She was like, I'm from. When she opened her mouth, I knew I should have known what I was into. I'm from Marble, Arkansas. And I was like, oh, Marble. I was like, yeah, I know these so-and-so folks over there. That's by Helena, Lakeview. I've been fishing. I know that whole area, XYZ. And then we started talking. It was short, though. At that point, I'm like, okay, I got it opened up. Shit, was I mistaken? So I turned around and my boy Q started talking to me. He was like, hey, man, the game delayed by 30 minutes. I said, yeah, man, we might as well just post up, drink, because it ain't no going to the parking lot. We can't go to the tailgate. And you see how packed it is downstairs. As I'm talking to him, all of a sudden I hear, I don't know how they got in here. I don't know what they're doing in here. How did they even get on the elevator to get in here? So me and Q looking at each other like, and she's saying this loud. This ain't no whispering next to nobody. This is loud. So she said it again, like, I don't know how they got in here. Like, this is for the donors, this is for the donors in here. I don't know how they got in here. So I turned around. I said, excuse me, are you inquiring about how we were able to sit in these seats with you? Because I hear you. She was like, yeah, because I don't understand. These seats are for the donors, for the alumni donors. I said, what make you think I don't deserve to be in here? well, we are the donors, we are alumni, and we this and we that, and bro, she just kept going on. So I said, so what about this make you feel like it's so special that can't nobody come in here but the donors, quote unquote, you? And she just got to going on her little spiel. So she was like, well, how did you even get in here? Because somebody should have checked at the elevator. I said, it's funny you ask. So I reached in my pocket. I pulled out an all access pass. Do you know she got close and looked at that pass with her glasses and was like, well, who gave you this? I said, ma'am, I'm affiliated. I can go damn near any school in the SWAC. It don't even matter in the SWAC. Damn near any stadium and pretty much not have my way, but be welcome. That's all I kept telling them. They welcomed me. I said I was coming to UAPB this weekend, and they was like, man, we're going to take care of you. We just want you to have a good time. And that's what I told her. That wasn't enough. Chris Robertson, the athletic director, I'm going to have a conversation with him. What was your name? I said Perry White. Say it 15 times so you won't forget it. So, man, bro, she keeps going on. And so my boy Q was like, dog, I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, all right. So now she going on and on. I had to cut off. I'm like, ma'am, okay, at this point, I never cussed. I didn't cuss her. I showed respect, but I gave her what she wanted, everything, until I shut her ass up. So I'm like, you know what? It's homecoming. You ever heard of bringing back, inviting friends and family and alums to have a good time? I said, you clearly didn't come here for a good time. You went here to have, as a matter of fact, they should have had you at the elevator because we probably never would have got in here had you been at the elevator. But I said, nonetheless, everybody in here ain't coming to no UAPB game every game, and you not either. And the fact that everybody in here is not an alumni donor. People in here with family and friends who have come up for the weekend to have a good time. And when you have the good time, if you know the right people, you're able to hang out in this space.
That's fair.
I knew the right people, so I'm able to hang out in this space. Why are you? I didn't cuss. I'm about to now, but I'm not going to cuss since I didn't cuss her. Why are you giving me and my buddy a hard time when we just sitting there having a drink? It's pouring. If it wasn't pouring down raining, trust me, I wouldn't even be in here. So now she wants to know, well, who else do you know? I said, well, my mom went to school here. She graduated. I got generations of family that went to school here. I said, matter of fact, my godmother was the dean of the College of Business here.
Talk to her. Talk to her.
Told him my mom worked in the Alumni Association for some years. Like, now I'm having to hit you. And now she's trying to, and then I'm going back to the old days because I grew up around UAPB. I know a lot of history about UAPB. So I'm saying shit now that she don't even think, because I guess she judged. She think you young and dumb, you don't know shit. So I get to naming off names to the point her husband was looking like, then he was like, hey, you know, you did. Then I hit her with that Southern shit real quick. You know, I graduated from Southern and alumni and this, and I just was named the 40. I'm like, I'm heavily involved in what I do in Baton Rouge, but it don't stop me being here to support UAPB today. And so her husband was like, well, do you know Leroy Davis? I said, yeah, he was the mayor of Baker, Louisiana. He graduated from AM&N. He was on the board at Southern University. I said, I was just talking to him in the board suite last week.
Come on, Pete.
I got to go there with her. So she still like, it ain't enough. Pete, my partner Q said, bro, she hear you, but she trying to ignore all that shit because you know more than what she thought you was going to know. So I said, you know what, ma'am? Check this out. I looked at the schedule. I said, UAPB plays at Southern in a few weeks. I said, take down my number and give me a call when you come down there, and I'll take you to a real suite and show you a good time. You can go to the Federation Alumni Suite. You can go to the board suite. You can go to the president suite. I said, because if you messed up about what this is, I'll show you what it really looked like. All right. Well, that old, and her whole time, her husband was like, I'm glad somebody's finally saying something to her. And so I'm loud about it. So, you know, you got a room full of folks where it went down to talking.
Yeah.
Everybody eavesdropping. But the whole room, you just can see folks laughing to the left and to the right. And I'm like, man, why this lady? So I got even pettier, Scotty. I had shut up for a minute. I let her be. Me and Q got to talking again. So I'm like, you know, she talking all this alumni giving shit. They got the alumni book in the seat. So I grab it and I get to looking through it. I'm thumbing through it, seeing what the association doing, the money that they raised. Then I reached the part of the book where it talked about elite alumni giving.
Ooh.
It was 50,000. It was 35,000. It was 20,000, and it was 15,000. So I looked at it, And I turned around. I said, "Hey, I got a quote. Which one of these are y'all? You the 50,000?" Hey, my boy Q failed. He said, "Perry, this is exact words. Perry, you a fucking fool." Everybody in the whole area fell out laughing, bro. I said, "Yeah, which one of these are y'all?" Because I feel like the way you owning up to this place, like when they do timeouts, they bring you to the 20-yard line and they say your name and present a check. Then a husband was like, "Well, no, we ain't one of those. You know, we spend $100 a month, you know." I said, "Oh shit. So y'all ain't one of these?" And I just got the book and I turned around and kept looking, boy. Everybody around me started laughing. It got to the point other folks, man, by the time I left out there, bro, folks was coming by, shaking my hand, talking to like, "Man, I heard you say this, and I just want, you know." I'm like, damn, man. I expect that when I maybe go to LSU and I'm up there hanging out from maybe some white Karen, want to know how our black man got in there with dreads, whatever the case may be. But man, I couldn't believe this woman. And then so I'm thinking she must own some shit in life. Like
Name of the building or something.
I said, "Well, where'd you graduated in school from?" She said, "Elementary education." I said, "Ain't no knock on elementary education, but you ain't making enough money to be sitting there talking to me like that. Have retired from being a school teacher."
Oh man, they say it's not how much you make, P, it's how much you keep. That's what they say.
I don't give a damn what she got going on. I'm just like, why you bothering us? Because like you making it seem like who let these niggas in here? That's basically what she was saying without saying like, I don't understand who is anyone manning there? Like, who let these niggas in here? And bro, I'm just like, damn, man. Like, and I kept telling her it's homecoming, man. You taking away the fun. You worried. You don't even know who I know, who I'm related to, what I got going on. And you just want to just discredit anything.
That's funny.
So she didn't know I was gonna talk about her ass. Damn, what's that lady name? Miss Karen. That's her name right now, but her real name was Miss Kelly. Mrs. Kelly. I can't remember her first name, but her name was Mrs. Kelly. So Mrs. Kelly, that was for you. Her husband just sat there. And that's what my boy Q kept saying, like, bro, he didn't say one thing and you was tearing up. But I will say, if you not witty and quick with it, oh, she'll sweep you under the rug. Oh, man, she'll totally dominate you and get you out of there. But I was on her ass like, ma'am, the wrong one today.
Wrong one. That's funny.
Wrong nigga today since you want to pick a fight.
Yeah. Who are these niggas?
So she was saying it so loud, like, I don't know how they got in here. Like, I don't know. And I'm like, I'm just sitting there like, Q said, bro. I'm like, she talking about us. And I use the word inquire. Are you inquiring about how we were able to get these seats amongst you? This is for the donors. This is for the alumni. This is for a small group of people. And I don't know how you got amongst that small group of people.
Man, listen, if she would have hit me with that, no, we gave $100. I'm like, so all of these $100? I'm like, so if I give $100, I'm good? That's funny.
It fucked me up because I'm like, man, this lady down here to have fun. Bro, she was very snooty and you know, when she had the class, she was just real snooty. She just, and like when I got on the ass, she tried to double back. She tried to double back and be like, well, I wanted to know how you got in here. I said, no, but it's how you act.
Yeah.
It's how you did it. Now that I got on your ass and everybody in here paying attention and they laughing and they see that, hey, a young nigga got on your ass real quick. Now you sitting here, I was just asking how, and I said, it's about how you talk to people.
Yeah.
It's about what you say. You didn't say nothing back to me to ask that. You got loud for other people to look around and then to try to start looking at us to make us like we outcasts.
Yeah. I
know other people in the room. You don't know. But the fact I sit in front of you, I'm drinking my beer and drinking some. I guess that was too much. It's too much nigga shit. This nigga got beer and whiskey up in here.
You enjoying yourself way too much.
Woo! He's supposed to be down there with the regular people with them hard ass seats. In the rain is what he's supposed to be. There's no reason he should be up here in this fine box with us.
Man. How can I turn one of them white pies to nigga pie?
Hey, listen, Scotty. It was crazy, bro. I couldn't even understand. I couldn't believe it, man, that she was that I didn't expect that, man. That woman was the ultimate. She was bougie. She was everything to the 100th power.
I tell you, like, Blue the best counterpuncher in the game. I ain't gonna lie to you. Blue the best counterpuncher in the game, boy. I tell you.
Oh, I killed when I found that page about Big Donuts.
Oh, that was it. That was it right there.
Because I got loud, boy, when I said that. Everybody. Now, one thing about UAPB, because it has AM and N, which what it was before they got into the University of Arkansas system.
Yeah,
it's big. UAPB is older. It's everything about it is older. So their judgment, it ain't. Don't go to UAPB and especially kicking it. Expect like what you saw at Southern.
Yeah,
Just the wild fun, drinking, all the shit that come with it. Oh, it's very judgmental. That's very judgmental. Like, yeah. No, we don't do those things out in the open. Like we don't do those things here. So that's what it was. I'm gonna leave it at that. But that woman, listen, bro. She got on my motherfucking nerves, but I got on her. But when I hit her with that, which one of these? Because I just knew you was the gold. Platinum, whatever the hell that 50,000 was. I just knew that was her and her husband. And her homegirl shut the hell up too, because she was trying to instigate in the beginning. She was sitting there just like, you got it, girl.
I'm not part of none of them clubs.
Don't be fucking with me. I'm just happy homecoming is all I kept saying. Well, damn. And it got to the point, bro, the people around me started talking to me. That's how social. They realized, like, man, this is a dude. You know, like, he all right. Then they started hearing the names that I was trying to tell her who I was associated with and everything. Oh, then before you know it, matter of fact, I found a woman. She said, your name Perry White. I said, yeah. She said, I know your mom. I went to high school with your mom. Matter of fact, we lived next door to your mom growing up. That's how much of a small world it was for me having to get on this woman's ass to the point I started meeting people around there who knew me and was associated.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a small world.
But that's what homecoming is supposed to be about, that. Not nobody fucking bothering me about who let these niggas in here because I'm drinking whiskey and beer.
And I got my money. And I got my whiskey.
Well, I told her, you know, shit, you come to Southern, man. I'll show you. If this is what you excited about and act like can't nobody come, I tell you, I do it times 100 for you. I swear to God.
I set it up for you.
Hey, I'll show you what food and drink look like. Okay?
So, you gonna get some cupcakes in that suite though. They gonna stuff you up with some cupcakes in that suite.
It's a lot of shit. You went to the end zone suite last time, huh?
Yeah, the not this time, but the time I went last year with the Alcorn and PV game. I was in the end zone.
I'm talking about the one up top in the press box.
Oh no, I ain't never been there.
Oh, I ain't gonna tell you. Listen, you gonna get, hey, if you can get in there, you gonna get wine and dine.
Wine and dine.
Wine and dine. I love it.
I need to get up there. You need to hook me up, P.
Next time, come holler at me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling her. Call me in a couple weeks, man. You and your husband with y'all $100 a month. Big time donors. Come on, hang out.
Oh man, with your $100 a month. All right, let's get to these week 9 game recaps. UAPB. I believe it was UAPB's homecoming. Am I correct? Yeah, we just talked about it.
Don't you hear me talking about the essence of home? Not to her. It wasn't no damn homecoming.
UAPB pulls it out 35-21. Makai Hagens, 13-60, 204, 2 touchdowns. You already know. And that bad boy Gibson continues his streak of 100 yards. He lost it last week, but he brings it back again. Pete, what you got on it?
Man, good game. I was there. Got a delay doing this. The rain was not in the forecast, but when I'm talking about a torrential downpour before halftime, then a 30-minute delay. When that occurred, it was 14-14 knotted up on both these teams. But then after the delay, they go into halftime. UAPB comes out in the second half and closes this out, scoring 21 points in the half after the halftime and holding Valley only to 7. UAPB in this one, 9 of 12 on third down, Scotty. Pretty efficient. 422 total yards of offense, 221 in the air, 201 on the ground, and UAPB did something very well. They didn't turn the ball over. On the other side for the Delta Devils, 343 total yards of offense, 159 in the air, 184 on the ground. Not much stats like you talked about for Valley, but as you said, Makai Hagen, watching him go to work, man. I got to see him in person watching him go to work, man, it looked good. And then also watching Giovanni Gibson, man, baller. Number 11, that's all I kept telling folks up there. Hey, because half them don't even know the guys on. I said, number 11 is the guy.
Wow. Really?
Man,
really?
They watch football. They ain't watching it like that. Plus, I don't think they is football savvy with the players and the numbers and the name. They probably don't even know how good this kid really is. And I can tell when I started having the conversation. That was another conversation I was having with her about knowing the guys out on the field. But nonetheless, Mekhi Hagan, Giovanni Gibson, shout out to Coach Alonzo Hampton and his team with that long delay with the weather the way that it was. And nobody got back into the stadium after that delay. There was maybe a handful of fans, but shit, it was just the two bands, Valley Band and UAPB band. So I hate the rain deterred the homecoming spirit the way that it did, because everybody kind of hit the parking lot and did all the other stuff, the mixing and mingling. But nonetheless, UAPB stayed focused and found a way to get past Valley. And so congratulations to them. I was there to see that, man. I'm glad that the Golden Lions didn't get their homecoming spoiled, because last year, remember, Valley beat UAPB at Valley's homecoming.
Oh, yeah. Did you and Mike have a bet this year for this one? No?
Man, I ain't even talked to Mike this year, and he don't claim Valley. At least I go to UAPB games. When last time he been to a Valley game?
Oh, man.
I actually went to the game, you know. I saw his alma mater, which ain't Jackson State.
That boy act like he know it. He never attended Valley. I swear to God, boy.
You ever seen him in the Valley, sir?
Never.
Right.
Never. Not never.
I've been to more Valley games than him, and it just took one.
I've been to one too. When FAMU played Valley, I went.
Was he there?
Nope.
Right.
Nope. Definitely wasn't me. That's the first time I met Mr. Campbell, was at Valley in FAMU. Shoot. That was funny though. That was funny.
Yes, shout out to UAPB getting the dub, man. That was good to see people, man. Happy homecoming to y'all.
Absolutely, man. All right, next game up. Texas Southern pulls out a close one against Grambling. They made a quarterback change. Doesn't make sense to me why they did. But Pete, break it on down.
All right, let's look at this game. Over in H-Town, Houston, Texas, the Tigers of Grambling traveled down. And, man, this was one of those games we knew it was going to be tight starting the season. Both these teams looked like they were going to kind of be the toast of the SWAC West, getting victories. Grambling beating Texas A&M Commerce and then beating Jackson State. Then you look at Texas Southern, they turned everybody head by beating Prairie View. And then they kind of fell off for a second. And then you look at Texas Southern coming into this one, having lost to Southern and kind of lost their footing. And the way now you go back and look at that game, Texas Southern would have really loved to get that one back, because that would set them pretty right now in the SWAC West. But nonetheless, 24-17 victory. Texas Southern went into halftime winning this one 14-3. They scored 10 more points in the second half. Grambling put up 14 more points in the second half, but it just wasn't enough. Texas Southern 4 of 10 on third down, 366 total yards of offense, 177 in the air, 189 on the ground. On the other side for Grambling, tough day on third downs, 3 of 11 for 256 yards passing, 102 yards passing, 256 yards of total offense, 102 yards passing, Grambling. My God. And 154 on the ground. Now, this is where Mickey Joseph was talking about those penalties. 7 penalties for 100-plus yards in this ball game. 0 turnovers for Grambling State. You look at Bailey comes in, 7 of 12 for Grambling. DJ, how you say, what's his name? You know it?
DJ Bailey.
DJ Bailey, 7 of 12, 70 yards. Miles Crawley, 2 of 2 for 28 yards. And then Ashton Fry, 1 of 1 for 4 yards. Then you look at Hargrove, 13 carries for 73 yards. Trey Bradford was back there as well with 12 carries and 49 yards. Hey, DJ Bailey as well on the ground, 5 carries for 35 yards and adding in a touchdown. Jalen Johnson at the wide receiver spot, of course, didn't get much going. 2 receptions for 29 yards. On the other side for Texas Southern, it's the battle of the Tigers. Jace Wilson, 11 of 16 for 128 yards passing and an interception. And Jordan Davis in this game, 1 of 1 for 49 yards and a touchdown. Jace Wilson also added 12 carries for 78 yards and a touchdown, along with Quintel Quinn, 11 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown. And then Jaron Johnson, 5 receptions for 60 yards. And that was pretty much it. Shout out to Texas Southern, 2-2 in conference play. Grambling falls to 1-3.
You know what? I want to say this, and thanks for the updates for everybody who told me about Miles getting hurt. For all you Gremlin fans that have been telling me, "Oh, we want to see the backup," well, here's your opportunity. Here's your opportunity. Because I keep telling you, Miles Carley's your best option. Dooley's making him look like ass, and he's regressed. But we'll see what listen. Dooley likes a run first guy. DJ Bailey's a run first guy. We'll see what Dooley can come up with and what kind of scheme they can make out of it. But it ain't about to look pretty. And if y'all lose the Bethune, I'll fire Dooley the same day. And let me say this. I just saw something on Twitter where the Central Florida coach fired his defensive coordinator today. Like, why are we not firing coordinators? Why are we not firing coordinators? I just want to be very clear about that.
Probably can't afford to pay them out. Since Florida got money.
Well, we'll figure it out. Don't gotta worry about Delaware State game. We already broke that down. Howard and Norfolk.
I said, behold!
God damn, man. I swear to God, Howard is so bad. Jesus. They so bad. Break it down, P.
Shout out to them Spartans keeping me ahead in my weekly quest to beat Scotty this year and my wins and prediction, man. Norfolk came through for me in clutch. 1-point victory, 21-20. It was 10-7 at halftime. Howard was up. Didn't have enough as Howard only scored 10 more points in this ballgame. That was in the fourth quarter. Norfolk just chipped away. 7 points in the second quarter, 7 points in the third quarter, 7 points in the fourth quarter, and found a way to get it done. 3 of 7 on third downs for Norfolk and the Spartans, 287 yards of total offense, 117 yards passing, 170 on the ground. That's what they do. They can run the ball. On the other side for Howard, 371 total yards of offense. Completely outdid Norfolk in this one. 159 yards in the air, 212 on the ground. And guess what? Only one turnover in this ball game came by way of an interception for Howard in this one. All right, Deshaun Scroggins, 16 of 21 for 159 yards for the Bison, 1 touchdown and an interception. He also was getting it done with his legs. He's the offense. 11 carries, 109 yards rushing, and 1 touchdown. You add in Eden James, 10 carries, 65 yards. Jared Hunter, very quiet in this one, 13 carries for 16 yards. Casey Hawthorne, both ways, 2 carries for 5 yards. He also brought in 3 receptions for 46 yards. Jared Hunter in this one, 3 receptions for 34 yards. On the other side, Jalen Daniels, 10 of 14 for 117 yards. Probably his best game of the season right now. 10 of 14, 117 yards. Kevon King, 17 carries for 78 yards. And then Xavier Evans, 7 carries for 42 yards. Jaquez Jones on the wide receiver side, reeling in 5 receptions for 53 yards. It was nothing pretty about this one. This game was just completely just chip away here, chip away there, chip away here, chip away there. And it came down to it. Norfolk chipped away enough just to get a 1-point victory to win this one 21-20.
This is my problem with Howard. My problem with Howard is this. How does Eden James and Jared Hunter continue to get stifled? It doesn't make any sense to me. They're too good as backs.
And Casey Hawthorne being the athlete that he is, my God, Wildcat, whatever the case may be, bro, there's no reason they shouldn't be balling with Casey Hawthorne, with Jared Hunter, and Eden James, bro. That backfield, along with the running ability of Scroggins, there's no way they should not be rolling.
I don't get it. I really do not understand it. And how does your quarterback run for 109 yards and your running backs can't even run for 109 yards? And you got Eden James, who's a dog. How can he? Man, listen, Larry.
Not like a classic case. If you want the quarterback to run, you run the Wildcat.
I don't get it.
If that's what they want to do,
I don't get it. Larry Scott gonna have to come to the carpet, cause it's not even no firing type situation for me with Larry Scott. It's you gotta correct this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna give you the pass. You know what I'm saying? You know, because a lot of people thought Howard's gonna bounce back, and I said it after last year. I was like, I don't know if they're really gonna be that good. I didn't even think Quentin Williams was really that good. So that what that bounce back looks like, who knows? Because next year you're losing a lot of people on the defensive side of the ball, and you're gonna have to rebuild that on top of what you got on offense. So we'll see what it looks like going forward. We shall see. All right, next up, the Magic City Classic, the battle of the 9th string quarterback. Alabama State pulls it out 27-19. The final Magic City Classic for Connell Maynard. He still couldn't win that one against a 9th string quarterback. Jesus Christ. Man, I'm sorry. His defensive coordinator needs to be fired. Everybody needs to just be fired from A&M. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even. You might as well just let the kids coach themselves. Like, at this point, just let the kids coach themselves. What you got on this, P?
I'm just going to give you the straight up stats on this one. Shout out to Alabama State getting it done. Listen, you give Eddie Robinson Jr. a lot of bullshit. You really do. As much as you give Cornell, but you really give Eddie Robinson a lot of bullshit. And I'm here to tell you, he does not deserve it. This man continuously finds ways to win with no quarterbacks. I don't know how he does it. He don't give a damn about a quarterback. He finds a way to do it and to be as far down at the quarterback depth that they are. And that way that they have continuously found ways to win. And in this one, 27-19 over a rival, Alabama A&M. How about the Hornets in this one? They struggled on third downs, 4 of 13, but it didn't give a damn. 335 total yards of offense, 131 yards passing, 204 yards on the ground, no turnovers in this one. Clean game for Alabama State by not giving the ball up. And on the other side, 3 of 13 for the Bulldogs of Alabama A&M, 370 yards of total offense, 309 passing, only 61 rushing. They had 4 turnovers in this ball game, Scotty. 3 interceptions and a fumble. Alabama State, and I'm going to clap my hand because Eddie Robinson Jr., no matter when you're back up against the wall, your team always seems to find a way to win a game. And even against the teams that just flat out better. That year you took on Dion. That was a tough game. You still kept it close with them. Earlier this year with FAMU at home, FAMU could have really came in there considering your quarterback situation and your offense took off on you, but you found a way to keep it close. A loss is a loss. But it was respectable in terms of how you did it, and then finding ways to close out everybody else, even in a situation. I can only imagine with Andrew Body being the quarterback, what this really be.
They would have moonwalked through the swag. I'll give you that one. They would have moonwalked through the swag. I ain't gonna hold you. If they had Andrew Body, they would have moonwalked. Let me say this.
So I like Alabama State and what they're doing. I'm cool with it. I think it's a hell of a coaching job to be in that situation. And ain't no excuses and still finding a way to get victories. For me, that's what I like about it. It's finding ways to get victory. It may not always be pretty, but they're getting it done.
See, Perry likes to. Perry's gonna look at the glass half full. I'm looking at the glass half empty. You wouldn't even be in this situation if you would have put that. If you didn't put your situation on the Orange Blossom Classic and you put your best piece on the field and use them like a damn running back, you wouldn't even be in this situation. So I'm gonna give you credit for I'm gonna give you credit for jumping in the deep end and not knowing how to swim. Hell no. And just because you now you figuring it out as you go, I'm supposed to clap it up because you ain't drowning. Get the fuck out of here. No.
You got to let that hate go, son. No. You got to get that hate out your heart.
Put yourself in the position. You threw yourself in the deep end. You let that sorry-ass OC set you up for failure with that 2-quarterback system, and you got the white boy got knocked out for a concussion, Drew got knocked out for a shoulder injury, and the rest is, come on, man, stop it. No. I've never seen how we congratulate somebody for self-inflicting themselves and then say, man, I'm happy you getting yourself out of it. No!
Because players fuck up. Mistakes happen, man. It was game 1. You're going against the best team in black college football. Do I agree that the way that they was doing things? I don't, but they realized the situation. You was going against the best team in black college football right now. They was trying to do whatever they could to win the game. When you do whatever you can to win the game, you don't expect injuries. Injuries happen at the most unexpected time because you never expect them until they happen. And then when they happen, you sit there like, oh my God, what the hell just happened? They was trying to fucking beat North Carolina Central. What was happening? Was it the way that anybody
You
wanted it to be?
No, P. You couldn't have thought you was trying to beat North Carolina Central because you kept putting the white boy in the situation and everybody. See, you playing the amnesia game right now. I'm playing the realistic game. If you watch that game, you're like, how in the hell is the white boy still getting in the game when Andrew Body was the best thing on the field that day on both sides of the ball?
Let me say something, boy. You sound like a parent right there when a kid get in trouble and they act like they can't remember the shit in the past that they got in trouble for. You playing the amnesia game. I'm playing it right now. Like, I whoop your ass for a plethora of things that have happened that you done forgot about.
No. I'm bringing it all up to listen. See, it's easy when you go week by week and stuff starts fading away from your mind. Oh, it's fresh to me.
You know what makes things fade away from your mind? Winning. Yes, mistakes happen. It was game one. It wasn't nothing that nobody thought they was going to see. When everybody saw Andrew Body out there like that, they all questioned. But nonetheless, Andrew Body was out there balling. He was balling. If he would not have gotten hurt, they was balling. It would have been like, hey, good thing you did that because that was the only thing keeping us in the game. Andrew Body was balling. There was nothing we could take away from that. Nobody foresaw the injury. Nobody wanted Andrew Body to get hurt. But he did, and it changed everything. But you know what? They didn't fall off the cliff. They continuously find ways to win. Alabama A&M had no excuses in this game.
Absolutely. I give you that 100%.
Zero. They ain't had to deal with it. Every quarterback that they wanted been on the roster since the good old days. What you laughing at me or you read something in the comment?
Did you see it? He didn't even on the roster the whole year.
Whatever they wanted, Scotty, it was their running backs, Donovan England, everybody. Whatever the hell they wanted, it was there all year. It has been on the other side. And think about it. Alabama State last year losing the backup quarterback that they did. Miles Crowley was a part of that program and left. And they still doing better than Grambling. They lost Keyshawn Johnson, what we thought was going to probably be the best receiver coming back into this year. They still doing it. They lost Bubba at the defensive side as the linebacker. They still consistent at defense. It's just coaching up what he has and not making excuses. Are we upset? Are you very upset because Andrew Body, your boy, and the Bodies know I love them at the way he used him in the beginning of the year? Yes, but it wasn't in vain. We saw Body showing out. It was every reason to say, this is why I'm doing it, because I'm playing the #1 team in black college football, and they'll whoop my ass if we don't use whatever we have. But to consider, I don't have amnesia, but W's make me forget things when I look up, and I'm like, damn. Alabama State is in the hunt for the SWAC West right now. I mean, for the SWAC East.
Yeah.
They really are. That loss to Family Jackson State, don't take them lightly because remember, Alabama State came to your homecoming last year and humbled you real quick. Now you got to go to Alabama State, and everybody know Montgomery with those fans, they talk shit. The people are there. They're going to be there. Bama State is still in the hunt. They are not out of contention. And that's the only thing that continuously makes me look at this program saying, damn, even losing the whole quarterback room and losing the star player that everybody gave you all the hype, you still in contention for the SWAC East. And if you beat Jackson State and some other things work out, we may have a coin toss and Bama State still could possibly find themselves in a SWAC championship game. So that's all I'm saying, Scotty. I'm not going to jump down and beat him up. He find ways to win, and you would have thought A&M and Cornell Manor with the pressure that's on with them, considering they don't have the same issues that Bama State was dealing with, that, hey, this might be the one Manor and A&M get out on them. And that's why, even because of this, Manor, you got to go because these folks didn't even have a damn quarterback.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's the indictment on A&M and the whole coaching staff is that if you check everything in the boxes checks off in your favor except defense. Literally everything in the boxes checks in your favor except the quarterback position. Wide receivers, I'll rock with you. Running backs, I probably would have went Alabama State. I like DeQuincy and Holtzclaw. I like those two guys. You know what I'm saying? Quarterback, A&M, right? Like offensive line, A&M, right? So I mean, it just doesn't make any sense that it was 27-3 at one point. 27-3, and this is the thing. Alabama A&M gives me Dallas Cowboy vibes. The game was really over in the third quarter, and then you get these garbage points, and then it's like a moral victory at the end. No.
They did it with Jackson State.
No, you got your ass whooped. You got your ass whooped. When the game was in the balance, you didn't do nothing. And then they try to close the gap at the end. And we played hard. No, you didn't. You got your butt whooped. You got your ass handed to you, but the score doesn't tell you that if you didn't watch the game. Because if you watched the game, it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. And let me say this before we move on. I want people to focus on this kid, Daquan Kinsey. He came from D2 and is up here balling. It's too many times that you guys are so overhyping these guys coming from Power 5 situations to your program, and they don't give you no type of production. This Bama came from Clark, Atlanta, and is balling at Alabama State right now.
You know, Scotty, I look at that because a lot of times when those guys come from them Power 5s, they prima donnas. They coming in thinking, shit, you know, they like that woman in that damn press box. Like, this is beneath them, but so because I'm here, do you know where I come from? Do you know who I played for last year? But yeah, your stats don't say you did a damn thing.
That's why you here.
Huh?
That's why they here.
You get a kid like this, he hungry.
Yeah.
He got something to prove because everybody told him he wasn't even D1 material.
That's real.
Everybody has said, bro, you not D1 material. That's why he probably got overlooked in the recruiting process. That's probably why, you know, that's the main thing we talk about, Scotty, going after the transfers and overlooking the high school talent. This kid probably got overlooked, had to go to high school. I mean, coming out of high school, had to go to D2 route, improve himself. Now look at him. These are the guys I live for because you know what? They don't have prima donna about where they come from. You know why I like them? They got that grit. They got that chip on their shoulder. They play because everybody been told them you too little, you too small, you're not fast enough in terms of maybe to play D1. Then you get out there and you show their ass, and then you get those guys who stay hungry like that. And guys like that will stay committed to your program.
Absolutely. Because you believed in them when nobody else did. So shout out to DeQuincy. Shout out to everybody but the coaching staff at Alabama State, because you know why.
Eddie Robinson Jr., I'm rocking with you, dog. Fuck what Scotty talking about. Good job. You brought it back. Hey, Maynard can't beat you, dog. That's all I would have been saying the entire time on the SWAT call today. Maynard, it was good to shake your hand up for the last time. Good shit, dog. For the last time. For the last time. Catch you later for the last time. That was all I would have just been so petty today on that SWAT call if I was Eddie Robinson Jr.
Oh, man. That's funny. I would have been like, Maynard, I think I left my boot down there in Birmingham. I don't know.
Maynard got a boot and a scooter, boy. He just a laughing stock of everybody getting in his ass. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, man. If you could just, I left the boot down in Birmingham. It's a size 11 and a half. If you just so happen to see it, just go ahead and send that back to me. That's what I've been talking
about. No, don't say it. Keep it. It's a memorabilia. Keep that. You'll forever remember this ass kicking. You never beat me, dog. So, hey, we're going to let you leave. We never have beat me.
Never. Absolutely never. All right. Powell State took on Bethune down in Daytona. Hey, it was a good game in the first half. Can't even fake it. It was 17-17. And then Powell State ran off on the plug twice on them boys. They took out on him in the second half. Irv Mulligan doing what Irv Mulligan does, 18 carries, 171 yards. And Luke looked really good in the first half. Couldn't get nothing going in the second half. What you got on the P?
I'm back fully on the Irv Mulligan train. This is what I was looking for after the midpoint of last year, but until that injury happened. He showed us against South Carolina State in the MEAC SWAC Challenge, and he started rolling. Then that injury occurred, and then he kind of disappeared on us. He's back now, and he is really back. Running over somebody for FAMU last week, and then just walking all over Bethune-Cookman. Irv Mulligan, I don't give a damn Jack said or not. I'm a huge fan of yours, bro. I like the way you run the ball. And Jacoby and Morgan going along right there with him. Jackson State looking like the best team in the East right now. I cannot wait to see them against Alabama State. But in this one, the Wildcats of Bethune-Cookman, 302 yards of offense, 190 yards passing, 112 on the ground, and on the other side for Jackson State, 513 total yards of offense, 164 in the air, and Jackson State getting it done on the ground, Scotty. 349 rushing yards, clean games, low on the penalties, and no turnovers. This was just a good old homecoming for Bethune-Cookman, in which Jackson State said, not so fast, my friend. Why'd you even schedule us? Jacoby Morgan, 14 of 18, 138 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interception. That's the type of day you want out of a quarterback. And then you had Cameron McCoy. How about him? 2 of 7, 26 yards and a touchdown. That TC ain't gonna let Cameron go easy. He loved that Cameron thing. Herb Mulligan, as you said, 18 carries for 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. You look at Travis Terrell Jr., 8 carries, 86 yards. And then Matthew, 7 carries for 43 yards. Cameron McCoy also added 3 carries for 34 yards. Isaiah Spencer, 4 receptions for 61 yards and a touchdown. And then Fortillion, 4 receptions for 47 yards and a touchdown. Not much to really see on the other side. The only thing I guess I could give Dennis Palmer, 20 carries for 73 yards. But other than that, Luke threw for 2 touchdowns, one to Malik Huggins and the other one to Lorenzo Jenkins. Both those guys combined for 93 yards out of 7 receptions for 2 touchdowns apiece. It was homecoming for Bethune-Cookman. Jackson State sported. The Tigers remain at the top of the SWAC East as they just chipped off another win in that column coming out of that division.
Yeah. That matchup between Ohio State and Alabama State is going to be the battle of wheels, because they got the defense. Jackson State wants to run the ball. It's going to be that is going to be a tight matchup to see what force wins that game. You know what I'm saying? Like, what force wins that game? I'm very, very cognizant and ready to. But shout out to UAPB. I feel like something might be brewing at UAPB. All right, last go around. Man, you know what happened down in
Boy, Bragg is tough. Bragg is tough. And what's even tougher is FAMU's continued success against Southern. That's even tougher, man. I mean, no offense in this one. Clearly, 6 points. 3rd time this season as I get into this game, Southern was held to 7 points against McNeese State. They were held to 7 points against Nicholls State, and now being held to 6 points, 2 field goals against FAMU. Noah Biden hit or miss. He was a complete miss this game, just complete miss. I watched this game on ESPN, although I was not there. I watched it. I also look at this, and it's something that really caught my attention, thinking about Mark Fredericks. Remember last year when he was at PV? What was one team PV could not do anything offensively against?
FAMU.
It's just like they when they see Mark Fredericks, like, oh yeah, I know you. It's like that one person every time you play him on the game. It's like it's just that one person who got your match. They just got you. No matter what you do, they just got you. Like they know your game. FAMU knows Mark Fredericks' game, and they went and evaluated and they shut it down. Let's look at this one. Southern, horrific on 3rd downs, ladies and gentlemen. 2 of 16 on 3rd downs in this one, only able to get 12 first downs. 205 yards of total offense, not even crossing the century mark in passing. Only 83 passing yards to 122 yards on the ground rushing. Had an interception thrown on the other side. FAMU racked up first downs, 21 first downs. They were 7 of 13 on 3rd downs, 406 yards of total offense, 278 in the air, 128 on the ground. FAMU also had 2 turnovers by way of fumble and an interception. You talk about Noah Biden, 8 of 18 for 45 yards and an interception. Xavier and T-Set comes in 3 of 9 for 38 yards. Kobe Dillon, 15 carries, 60 yards. C.J. Russell, 10 carries for 40 yards. Kendrick Grimes, 5 carries for 21 yards. Darren Morris leads the way at the receiver position for Southern, 4 receptions for 27 yards. On the other side, Daniel Richardson, 25 of 32 for 274 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Thad Franklin Jr. comes in with 7 carries and 40 yards. And then Jamari Gasson, 5 receptions for 118 yards receiving and a touchdown. And then Ace Cobb right there behind him. I like Ace Cobb as well. 2 receptions for 45 yards. And then you look at Kelvin Dean, 4 receptions for 32 yards and a touchdown. And it was all FAMU. It was 7-3 in the first quarter. Goes into halftime 7-3. And then FAMU in the second half, 7 points in the third and another 10 in the fourth as they close out the Jaguars and get back on track.
I don't know what game Varg was watching. I didn't see that game. I really didn't see that game. I'm not saying I didn't see that game.
Well, when your defense, when your offense just did that third down conversions that I said, your defense is gonna be out there to make it look like they are. You was 2 of 16 on third down conversions.
Listen, and they weren't even okay. Let's keep it a buck. And I've been saying this for the last 4 weeks with Southern. You guys have been skirting. And when I mean skirting, finessing, whatever you want to call it, you've been doing it. The only reason you beat Alcorn is because they couldn't stop halfback dive. Literally. They couldn't stop halfback dive. And it killed them. That's it. That is your offense. Let's just keep it a buck. I listened to I watched as much as Uncle Flood as I could, and I don't know what he's seeing in Noah Biden that's going to tell you like Noah Biden didn't play. He's not it. I don't care what he think. I don't care what you think he can do. What he can do, T-Set can do. If you're asking Noah Biden to live between hiking the ball and handing it off to Kobe Dillon, C.J. Russell, and Kendrick Grimes, T-Set can do that.
And let me tell you, for the past few years, this is the worst I've seen us Southern's offense in a long time since we lost 6-0 to Mississippi Valley on a Thursday night game back in 2012. They got Stump Mitchell fired. We lost 6-0, and I don't think we crossed the 50-yard line to Mississippi Valley in 2012. Now looking at us, I don't remember a time, and then we talking about we got goose-egged by Jackson State a couple years ago with Dion. Then we come in this game and we don't score a touchdown. For the past 3 years, our offense has looked horrible. And but hey, let's go back. I bring up Odoms. I don't remember a time it was a game we did score a touchdown. But just the fact we in games now, we can't score a touchdown. A touchdown.
That pick that Noah. Listen, that's a punt. You can't ask for a worse play than there's no earthly opportunity for your wide receiver to catch that ball. It was literally a punt. And when I'm watching the play calling, I'm just like, what is the rhyme and reason of what you're trying to get established? Because it's literally halfback dive. Okay, we didn't get 10. We're going to throw it. Or halfback dive, punt. It doesn't make any sense to me of just the coordinating of the plays. Like there's no flow to what there was going on. And listen, for any Southern fans, the boy missed 7. Okay, he could have had 2 picks. The guy dropped on the wheel route to the receiver, the running back. Okay, I'll give you that. But he only missed 7 throws, and one of those was an interception. Like that's beyond efficient. What's that, like 80%, 70? That's like 80% passing rating. Like with 274, what defense we looking at? So I can't get with it.
And I'm looking at the fact that we got a quarterback room with quarterbacks, and I'm wondering what are we doing? I know people say the division of Southern fans. Well, you can't blame the players. You got to blame the coach. You can't blame the coaches because you got to blame the players because they're the ones that have to go out and play. It's all about development to me. Putting yourself in a situation to develop your players And I ain't asking you to simplify. I don't know how much you can't simplify this shit no more than what it is. It is what it is at this point. But at this point, we should be watching enough film and evaluating our quarterback situation, and evaluating our offense to say, all right, this works, this does not work. Because in the past 2 games, we hadn't even fucked with the tight ends. 2 receptions by the tight ends in the past 2 games. I don't even know why that thing giving me balloons. I'm not celebrating shit. Why that thing do that? I just don't understand. Like, for me, it comes down coaching to develop your players and to get them right. I don't know what we're doing in that quarterback room. I don't know. Because the thing about on this level, that why you get coaches at positions, you're going to always get a guy that ain't look polished, but he has the intangibles. You know what I mean? You get guys like that all the time. Like, it's your potential. I can see your potential. You come to me, I'm going to coach you up, and we're going to bring the potential out of you. I'm not seeing the potential being brought. What it is, I see the potential, but I'm not seeing the best being brought out of them. The best comes through coaching. And if you know, because you're watching film at practice and you're watching these games, you got to find something else. You got to do it a different way. But once again, this goes out and look like, hey, we're just going to keep force feeding it. We're going to make it do what it do. We're just going to keep trying. We're going to keep doing it this way. Maybe it'll click, maybe it'll stick, maybe it'll work, maybe it don't. It's just worth to try. And unfortunately, I'm not enjoying watching this when it turns out like this. I'm not enjoying watching you only be able to get 2 field goals. It was hard in the first game against McNeese once you got 7 points, and literally the rest of the game, you just watching the offensive play call, you watching the miscues, you watching the drop passes. But the entire offense, to me, it ain't just the quarterback. It's the wide receivers. It's the O-line. I'm not going to take the O-line off track either. They have been a problem this year as well. It's the entire offense. All of this now needs to be reevaluated. Going into the offseason, this offense, and I mean, I'm looking at the offensive line coach. I'm looking at the quarterback coach.
Yeah, I'm about to say, let's not overlook Willie Titans. Willie Titans he's been getting away with a lot of, like, he doesn't get as much criticism as because he's a SWAC legend. But realistically, who has he developed? Like, realistically, who has he developed?
And we've tried everybody in the room. We went with Harold Blood. We went with Noah Biden. You see T-Set. You got Woods. It's like, but damn, like, bruh. What? And I mean, if we could just get away with half the shit Alabama State doing, and we got a quarterback room.
Yeah.
And I just don't know. But this is the conundrum Southern fans are in. Hey, it was good just a week ago. We loved it, okay? But then the reality came back. Hey, when we go up against, and I keep saying there's different levels. There's the tiers. Southern is not championship tier by far. For the past few years, every time we went up against championship tier teams, you saw what has happened. We got enough talent to finesse, though. We can finesse the Bama State. I mean, not the Bama State. We can finesse Prairie View. We can finesse Texas Southern. I feel like we're going to finesse A&M and Pine Bluff and Bethune. Just talent-wise, we can finesse them. But when you want to play championship caliber football, you talking about SWAC championship and Celebration Bowl caliber, you got to have a quarterback. And you got to have a room of guys that can move the ball. And if you can't get over the century mark by passing the ball, and our plays become to the point where the ladies who ain't never played, because you ain't got to play football to know football, the ladies sitting next to you at the game know what the hell going on. I can't make it up. So there's going to have to be a hard evaluation of all of this, because it felt good to win homecoming, but that was a week ago. What they say, the 24-hour rule, I let that go. I'm off that. I'm not on that no more. I want to play championship football. FAMU is a championship football program. We say we are. But then when you go against this program and you see what the outcome, you ain't finna win shit looking like that on offense. And how much do you want my defense? I mean, how long have I been crying about our defense keeping us in game over the years?
Yeah.
I'm tired of talking about our defense because they're not going to win it for us. It ain't that type of defense where we can get 14 points a game and then kick 2 field goals and know we can get out of a game off of defensive special teams. We're not even returning kickoffs. I don't even think we have returned a kickoff or a punt for a touchdown this year. So we're not getting points unorthodox by special teams. We getting field goals, and we can't put points on the board. And it ain't like the defense scooping and scoring and getting interceptions or keeping them on the field. So of course we're gonna always say, "Hey, the defense played well. Let's keep us in the game." You know why? Because they ass was on the field more than offense. You saw them all night because the other team offense was able to sustain drives to move down the field. So you watched the defense a hell of a lot of an offense that kept going 3 and out. So Southern's gonna have to find something. It's gonna have to be a tough look. It's gonna have to be something to look in the mirror. And I don't care what y'all say. You can't blame the players because you got to blame the coach, or you can't blame the coach because you got to blame the player. You got to look at the program as a whole. It's everybody. It's accountability. And if this wants to be a championship program, I said it was a surprise team. I didn't say we were championship coming into this year. I said a surprise. We got our surprise last week. Beating Alcorn was a surprise to you and everybody else, wasn't it?
Facts.
Beating Prairie View and Texas Southern came as surprises. This wasn't a surprise, this loss to FAMU, because everybody kind of felt it like, yeah, this will get them back to reality. The same way you played Jackson State. Yeah, that'll get them back to reality. You know why? Because those teams are playing championship football. You know even more? You look at their quarterback play. It stands out. They're able to move the ball, put points on the board, and it's affecting the whole entire team. Southern not able to do that. And right now, maybe this is why people pick Southern to be as far down. I didn't have any expectations, but what I do expect is to see better from our offense. And we just didn't see that. 2 field goals, not going to cut it. And the damn show ain't going to make me feel good. Even if, let's say, Southern finds a way to finesse the SWAC West and then find themselves in the SWAC championship game. How the hell I'm supposed to be good, ready to go play for a championship, knowing, shit, we just lucky to be here.
Facts.
I want to be a championship team. Our fans want a championship team. So these coaches and these players, we got our ass whooped to Nichols, ass whooped, belt to ass. We got our ass whooped to Jackson State. We didn't necessarily get our ass whooped to McNeese, but we gave it away. And now you lose to FAMU. It ain't pretty, and I'm tired of seeing the way that it is because nobody we played was head and shoulders better than Southern when it came to the talent and just overall. It ain't like we played the FBS. We playing FCS programs, and we out here getting our ass whooped looking like this. This ain't the way to go. What they say, this ain't that, and that ain't this.
Not even a little bit.
I was the moment on. You deserve it. Damn, you deserve it.
Yeah, because usually you be like, give me that neck. No, did he? Ain't nobody in that.
Hey, they defended home, Bragg Memorial against a team that was undefeated in conference play. You couldn't tell Southern was undefeated by the way they whooped their ass. So, hey, fam, you deserve. Hey, when somebody deserves it, you deserve it. That's just, they came out and played. I ain't no hater when it that shit's so MEAC-ish. It's so Dr. Lee off a drum line. Oh my God, it's cringy hearing that shit.
It's okay. Last one. NCCU wins a thriller over Morgan State, pulls it out. I think this was NCCU's homecoming, if I'm not mistaken. This is all wrong, by the way. Just want to be very sure because I did this at the last minute. So, but NCCU pulled it out. What you got, P?
NCCU 16-7. This game was 7-0 at halftime. It was 10-0 coming out of the third quarter, and both teams traded back and forth in the fourth quarter. North Carolina Central and Morgan State. Morgan State said, hey, don't count me out. You know what they continuously struggle with? Offense. That's what the Bears have been missing since Coach Damon has gotten there. 11 first downs in this one for the Bears, 5 of 17 on third downs, 204 total yards of offense, 102 in the air, 102 on the ground. They were very balanced and low production with this offense, and 1 turnover by way of fumbling. On the other side, for North Carolina Central and the Eagles, 4 of 13 on third downs, 396 total yards of offense, 216 in the air, 180 on the ground. They also had 2 turnovers, 1 by way of interception and a fumble. How about Walker Harris in this one? 18 of 31, 216 yards for the Eagles, 1 touchdown and an interception. Jamari Taylor, 26 carries for 196 yards rushing and a touchdown. On the other side, Todd Smith for Morgan, 9 of 23, 102 yards. Jason Collins Jr., 14 carries, 72 yards. And J.J. Davis, 2 receptions, 32 yards. Just no offense over there for Morgan State. They fall 0-1 in conference play. Hey, North Carolina Central, damn, they can wrap this thing up on Thursday against South Carolina State. They're 6-2, 2-0 in conference play. It don't take much in the MEAC to win your damn conference. So this thing looking like it might be wrapped up pretty goddamn soon for Trey Oliver and the Eagles. How about that?
Yeah, because they already beat Norfolk.
Hey, shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it is what it. Let me say this, man. With Morgan State, I'm sorry, man. You can't. Markham. Listen, I know you're doing HBCU Nightly right now, so you're not going to hear this. But stop getting on Twitter talking about what y'all going to do, and offensively y'all are ass every freaking year. And you keep talking about some Todd Smith. You telling me you can't find not one quarterback? Jesus Christ. Just take somebody's backup from the SWAC. I don't give a damn because, I keep saying this. Coaches are so stupid. I'm sorry. And I love my Morgan State. I love my Maryland guys, but just goddamn, get Damon Stewart from Bama State. He leaves, go get him. You know he can produce. I don't understand what their infinity is for not getting a decent quarterback. I don't get it. Listen, they're all about developing, and I get all that. But go find you somebody in the portal. God damn. And I don't care. Find somebody, anybody to play quarterback. That is the only thing that is killing Morgan State, is that they have no offensive identity, and it's absolutely killing me to see it every freaking year.
And last year it was defense, but they special teams was coming through for them. Kick returns, punt returns. That was what was keeping them in games, making it look different than what it was. That was the difference maker last year. They don't seem to have that special teams to be so special this year. So it's really, really exposing them in the points because the offense ain't doing anything. So when you're not able to put them points up like they were last year in special teams and just relying on defense, you're going to continuously get these outputs that you get from Morgan State.
It is ridiculous. I would hate to be a Morgan State alum, bro. I swear to God. I would be at every football meeting conference. I'd be like, Damon, do you not believe in putting points on the board? At no point in time do you feel like you trying to win a game 1-0? Let me know. I don't get it because.
And that's not his style because at Bowie State, he was lighting it up.
You got
the best quarterback in black college football at Bowie State.
Can't find him now. I don't know who was your recruiting coordinator back then. How you found Alabama at D2 and can't find Alabama at D1? Stupid. It's stupid. It's dumb. And you can see the potential of Morgan, but until they get that offense side of the ball fixed, it's all hell. It's all going downhill from there.
I don't think they ever get it fixed, Scotty. I really don't.
And
he's been around long enough to be able to find. I don't think they get it fixed.
And it's sad is I really like the staff. I think they hired a great staff for what they're trying to do at Morgan. They just can't figure it out offensively. They gotta go find a good coordinator and go find and recruit a quarterback, man. I can't stress it no more. All right, let's get into these week 10 matchups. All right, we're gonna fly through them. We a little bit behind time, so we're gonna fly through these Bamas. For me, I got FAMU over Texas Southern. Let me just say this. I'm gonna make my caveats. The same thing I did with UAPB over PV. I can see UAPB making this game a contest. Now, if their defense doesn't show up, it's a blowout all the way. But if they can stop the run to a smidgen of degree, this is probably the best quarterback they're going to face outside of Daniel Richardson. And it is in secondary wise, we know what their secondary can't do. I think Jackson State's going to pull this game out, but I wouldn't be surprised if this game is 28-24 UAPB or 28-24 Jackson State. It can go either way, but yeah. But okay, let me keep going. I got PV over Valley, William and Mary over the winless, and I'm gonna take Bethune over Grambling. I don't think without Miles Crawley, I don't think that team is as good as they think they are. I know they'll have a week to prepare with DJ, but I'm gonna go Bethune. I think they found something with Luke in that offense. They'll figure it out. I'm gonna go Bethune on this one. What you got, P?
I'm going FAMU over Texas Southern. I don't think that game is going to be as close as you think with that UAPB Jackson State. It's going to be Jackson State homecoming. And guess what, Jackson State fans? I'm coming up there this weekend.
They lost the last one.
They did. I'll be in Jackson, Mississippi this weekend, so I'm going to come up for that. I'm 3 homecomings in a row. I'm Southern, UAPB. Now I'm going to Jackson State. I'm on a tour. I can't give it up. It's just in my spirit. So I'll be in Jackson, Mississippi this weekend. I want to see this Jackson State UAPB game because I do want to see Javonte Gibbs and Mekhi Hagan against this Jackson State defense. Now, if that's all that UAPB has, I think that's going to be tough. But I'm going up there, and I want to see Jacoby and Morgan. Herb Mulligan, I'm a huge fan. I really want to see Herb Mulligan and what he can do in this defense. And it's going to be against that UAPB defense. And it's going to be homecoming. So I know it's going to be a good time up there in Jackson, Mississippi. So Tiger fans, I'll see you guys this weekend. I'm taking PV over Valley, although I don't Valley continuously, for some reason, find success against PV and Alabama A&M. If it's 2 teams, they can sneak in UAPB. Those seem to be the 3 teams. But I'm going to go
Valley. Yeah, go ahead and get Valley on them boys.
No, I'm going to go with PV. I'm going to go William and Mary over A&T, and I'm still going to roll with Grambling over Bethune.
Grambling over Bethune? All right, cool. All right.
He said, can I reach out to him? Who is that?
Deputy Mario. Yeah, you met him last
time.
How
you want me to do it? You got his number?
I got his Instagram.
I can't email. I mean, I can't.
You got Instagram, right? You got Instagram?
Yeah, I can't FaceTime. I mean, look up Deputy Mario on Facebook.
I sent it to you I sent it to you Instagram.
All right, I'll reach out to you, Deputy Mario. I'll be up in Jackson, Mississippi this weekend. I'm looking forward to it. Y'all leave my car alone, all right? Don't leave my car alone up there in Jackson this weekend.
All right. Listen, Hampton gonna have to keep shocking me with white teams. I'm taking Villanova. All right. I'm taking. Listen, I don't know what's going on with Marquis Adams, but if Marquis was playing this game, I would take Delaware State over Howard, but I'm taking Howard over Delaware State. I'm taking Morgan over Norfolk. I'm not a believer in Norfolk, and Morgan got to figure it out. I'm gonna skip that one. I'm gonna come back to it. I'm taking Southern over Alabama A&M. I'm taking Alcorn over Alabama State. Go ahead, P. I'm thinking on that Tennessee State one.
Shit, ain't nothing to think about. I'm going UT Martin. I'll start there. UT Martin is gonna humble Tennessee State. It's time to bring them back down to reality. This is the battle for the Ohio Valley Conference right here. Whoever wins this is gonna probably be most likely your conference champion. I'm taking UT Martin in that. Tennessee State has struggled with them. On the other side, I like Hampton, but shit, have you seen Villanova? If you watch FCS football, have you paid attention to them? Hampton surprised me against Elon, but Elon wasn't that good. Trust me, Villanova is good. I'm gonna go Villanova in that. Howard versus Delaware State. Howard ain't good. Delaware State ain't good. But as long as Jashawn Scroggins?
Yeah, Jashawn Scroggins.
Scroggins, as long as Scroggins back there, he gonna run them to victory. I think it'll be just enough to get past them, and I want to see them do a lot more with Casey Hawthorne. I'm going to take Norfolk State over Morgan State. I'm going to take Alabama State over Alcorn State. That game is going to be played down in Mobile, Alabama. I'm going to take Bama State over there. And then, of course, y'all know if it's one team, I don't even know why I don't like Alabama A&M. I just think they trash. I can't stand them. I hate Alabama A&M, actually. I don't even like using the word. But so, I'm taking Southern over Alabama A&M, and I hope we beat them by 40, as the Jackson State people say. Beat them by 40. There's no way Terrence Gray, we lose to Connell. If we're the ones that lose to Connell, man, I'm going to have a problem. I'm going to have a problem. Because Connell Maynard have been at Alabama A&M long enough. He has never beaten Southern in his career. Don't let this be the one you find. Matter of fact, Scotty, for real, I can't tell you the last time Southern even lost to Alabama A&M.
Oh, my God, Perry, that was too funny, bro.
What?
He said, we the ones? That's funny.
Oh, hell no. Don't let it be us. Do not let it be us. But I can't remember, for real, I cannot remember the last time Southern lost to Alabama A&M, and I'm trying to think. Maybe 2010 or some shit, 2011 or...
That's funny. 2013.
Huh?
2013. That's what Ms. Glenn said. 2013.
Did we lose to them in 13? We lost to Jackson in the regular season. We lost to Alcorn in the regular season. I don't know. I don't know. How she know? I don't know.
They said 2012 or 2013. So
yeah, I don't know if it because we won a SWAC championship in 13. I don't think we lost to them in 13.
That's funny. That's funny.
Hell no, the Alabama A&M shit. They don't know, but we don't lose today. Just know if it's a team who ass we be whooping, it's A&M. That's why that's why I ain't never respect. I don't got nothing for them.
I mean, you like they talking trash to me, Scotty. Let me tell you,
I couldn't believe this shit. A&M. Ask Reese. Ask Reese how old he was the last time he saw. That's how I know what year it was. Ask Reese how old he was the last time he cheered Alabama. It was like, oh my God, we beat Southern.
Oh my goodness.
Reese, how old was you?
That was funny.
Yeah, so that's why I'm talking shit to them. Hey, listen, folks, I know y'all talk bad, but Southern don't be losing to Alabama, and I can assure you.
2012, 24-23.
That was a long ass time ago.
It was only like 10 years ago. What, 12 years ago?
12 years ago, long. You ain't had no kids 12 years ago.
I did not. I was kid free. You're right. You're right.
You was roaming this earth free as a bird.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Now look, you can't go nowhere without a sitter. 12 years is a long goddamn time. Shit.
I didn't have no kids.
So Alabama A&M, yeah, to hell with y'all, boy. Y'all gets no respect from me. That's why I talk about y'all like a dog the way I do, because y'all are the dog. What he say on damn Soul Man? You got all this damn dog food up here. I got that dog. You the dog, motherfucker. Yeah. So damn man ain't never beat us. Ever. So yeah. Hands Graves, don't let them. Mark Fredericks, Willie Titan, Fred McNair, Damon Nivens. I'm naming the whole offense because I believe the defense gonna step up. I ain't got to call nobody on the defensive side.
Oh, jeez.
But y'all better not go up there and break the streak. Do not go up there and let a man who about to get fired get his one off on you. Yeah. Yeah. I'm got the boy cracking up tonight. But I ain't trying to lose no damn A&M. I'll take a lot of shit, but I can't take losing A&M. There's some nobodies to me, man. Like, for real. Yeah. Clip it, send it, put it to every A&M group you got. They all gonna say the same thing. Like, damn, you know what? I was young the last time I saw A&M. Yeah.
Oh. I'm sorry.
And last time they invited me on the From the Hill podcast, they ain't want me on there this week.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And they don't want me on there. And A&M, I thought about going, but y'all didn't follow the criteria. I said at least be Jackson State, FAMU, or win the Magic City Classic. Guess what? So far, you ain't beat Jackson.
Ofer.
The hell them balloons come out.
Because you put the peace sign up, that's the symbol to get the balloons.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Peace.
That's funny. Oh.
Okay, I don't know. Okay, I was just trying to test it out. Yeah, to hell, fuck Alabama A&M. Shit.
All right, I'm gonna go UT Martin. Listen, I said it earlier in the season, and I kind of felt that, you know, they kind of had a chance to win the conference, and they're in a position to do so. Perry scoffed at me. Let's not act like you didn't scoff at me when I said can Tennessee State win their division.
Go with Tennessee State.
And buy, sell, hold.
If you think they can win it, go with them, because this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
This is it right here. If they gonna win it,
this is it for them. It ain't it for me. I gotta make these picks. I gotta make logically.
Yeah, logically, if you thought that they were Tennessee State was Ohio Valley Conference Championship worthy, this is the Ohio Valley Conference Championship at this point right now.
I'm going with UT Martin. If you pull it out, congratulations. Congratulations. That's all I'm gonna say.
Fantans Graves, Mark Fredericks, listen. Damon Nimmons, Fred McNair, Willie Titan. I swear, the whole offensive staff, do not go up there and let Cornell Maynard and this team. Oh my God, don't let that happen.
Oh Jesus.
Do not let that happen. Oh my God, don't let that happen. I'm gonna be sick. I'm gonna be motherfucking sick, Scotty. Like, just, I was a young man the last time Alabama A&M beat Subway. That was a long 2012. The internet wasn't even what it is today in 2012. It was bad. What we had Vine in 2012.
Yeah, had Vine. Yeah.
You couldn't even slide in nobody's DMs.
I was still in the military.
That was when Instagram, if you wanted to holler at somebody, you had to go on like an 82-week-old picture and put your number on there.
Whoa.
You don't remember? Oh, well, that's how you had to holler at something back in the day.
I used to just like, if you liked a lot of pictures, that's when they knew you liked them. You know what I'm saying?
But when you want to give the number, yeah, they know you like, because then they like a lot of your pictures back and there wasn't no DM. So you had to go to that old picture. I'm talking about way in scroll, because you didn't want nobody to see your comment.
Oh, and see your number. Okay, that's
so you comment under the old picture with your number, like that was your only way of being able to get with them. And then they ended up adding the inbox, the DM or whatever. But yeah, that's what you had to do.
Yeah. Oh man, that's.
I was hollering at them things on Instagram. Shit. Shout out. Remember that?
Shout out. Oh man. That's some time.
That was the last time A&M beat Southern. It was that damn long ago. A nigga wish they would shout you out now. They so bougie on Instagram.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, that's how far back we go.
That's funny. They delete it after they get the number.
Yeah, because when they text, hey, this so-and-so, all right, shit, let me go ahead and go back to that 82-week-old picture and get that up off of there.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
He said if y'all lose A&M, y'all coach should be fired that day. That's funny. That is funny. Oh man. All right, you know what time it is.
In this house, there's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
Okay. Little shake up on the list. I ain't even show Perry. He don't even know it's coming now. No diddy. All right. New list.
In this house, there's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
Hey, listen. I had to do it. The number's not right. I know they were 4-4. They're 4-4. I think they're like 1-2 or 1-3 in the division. So I was rushing. Bear with me.
Oh, you gonna have to fix that right quick. You fix that right? You gotta.
Oh God, man!
Cause somebody gonna clip it. We credible here. If we gonna tell the truth, we gonna tell the whole truth. We got time to wait if you fix that.
I'm doing it right now. All right, 4-4.
Yeah.
Let me see what their conference record. I think it's 1-3.
If you gonna talk about them now, do it the right way.
Oh
Because I didn't know they was on this list. I should have known when you brought out the trash bag today.
Yeah. Had to bring it back. All right.
You got to do like Hugh Jackson. Take the G off of it. They can't even wear the G right now. If I'm not mistaken, did UAPB come off that list?
Yes, they did.
Oh my God.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Shout out to the Golden Lion.
Sure enough, did. All right, let's run it back.
In this house, there's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
Hey, listen. You had to put Grambling on the fringe. You just got to. It's the only thing that makes sense because UAPB won. That gives them 2 conference wins. All right, it gives them 2 conference wins. So they slid up out of there. Bethune lost. Delaware State got mollywop. Valley been losing.
Grambling beat UAPB though.
Yeah, but they got more conference wins. So that's why they slid up out of there.
If it was head to head, that didn't keep UAPB there.
Nah. Nope. Grambling looks bad. They look bad. They look bad. They playing bad. They a bad program.
They beat UAPB.
And UAPB been bouncing back ever since.
And UAPB, everybody homecoming. Grambling, Alcorn, Jackson State.
Nope, can't do it. Can't do it.
You were just too eager to put Grambling. I think Grambling had one more week before they made this list.
It was between them or PV. It really was. And PV won this week. They won this week, so they definitely, But PV was this close to sliding up on this list too.
I didn't see what UAPB did was so great to get off this list.
They won.
Yeah, they beat a team that's on this list.
That's what a jump off is. You got to get it when you get in.
The way you get out this list is beating the team that ain't on this list. At least I thought. You get no credit for being another team that's in the top 5 worst teams with you.
Well, everybody else takes credit for beating them.
Who?
All the other teams playing for homecoming.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the run-throughs. These the jump off. So that's why when you ever gave a jump off credit?
Whenever ever gave a jump off credit?
Yeah, like, hey man, you know what?
Thank you, Teldrin.
But PV wasn't even on this list.
But you just said you beat somebody off this list. Grambling lost to PV that UAPB beat.
I think UAPB still
and got more conference wins.
I thought UAPB needed one more to get up off of here.
They did. They got 2 wins. They got 2 conference wins and 1 over PV, which Grambling couldn't even do.
Grambling did beat Jackson.
That wasn't a conference window.
It's a win is a win. That's what kept Grambling off this list for me. UAPB ain't beat nobody of significance.
Nah.
PV ain't significant. Valley ain't significant, but Grambling did.
They're not significant, then how Grambling lose to them then?
Huh?
I said
I didn't hear you.
If they not significant, how Grambling didn't beat PV?
I gotta give them credit for that Jackson. though. That's bigger than any win. That Jackson win was huge.
Thank you, D-Lo. But they
lost to Grambling though. So yeah, D-Lo, they lost to Grambling. No matter how good they look, they went to Grambling and lost 31-21.
Thank you.
In this house, there's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house.
Now, okay. How about this, P? Bethune and Grambling play this week.
If Grambling beat Bethune, they off this list. If UAPB lose to Jackson, UAPB got to get back. And PV is shit ready to pop. You borderline about to get on here. But if Grambling beat BCU this weekend and UAPB lose to Jackson, UAPB got to come back.
Hold on. Are we talking about a 35-17 UAPB losing, or if UAPB lose like 21-24?
I don't even want to play that game. A loss is a loss to me.
If
UAPB can't go in there and beat them, because if Grambling is bad as they are, and they done made this list and they found a way to beat Jackson, fluke or not, they found a way to do it. Yeah, they lost to PV. Yeah, they lost to Texas Southern. But they was even able to beat Jackson State, and they on this list. And I don't care about close or not. If UAPB lose to Jackson and Grambling beat Bethune, who's number 4, Grambling to earn their way out of there, UAPB got to go back because it's back to the same.
Okay, hold on. If Bethune beats Grambling and UAPB loses to Jackson, Grambling should go to 4, Bethune goes to 5, and UAPB still stays off the list.
Give me that scenario one more time.
If Bethune beats Grambling and UAPB loses to Jackson, Bethune goes to 5, Grambling goes to 4, and UAPB is still off the list. Listen. Grambling lose to another jump off on the list. You can't kick them off the list. There's no possible way.
But UAPB will still only have, well, they got 3. They'll have 3 wins. 3 wins. Valley, Arkansas Baptist, and PV.
Again, if you're looking at it right here, right now, but if Bethune beats Grambling, there's no way Grambling comes off this list. That now you can make a decision if you want Bethune and UAPB and how that, but there's no way you can take Grambling off this list if they lose to Bethune-Cookman. Can we agree to that?
I just say Grambling got more wins than UAPB, whether it's conference or not. Grambling sitting there with 4 wins. They 4-4. They 500. UAPB below 500. You can't be a jump off if you 500 and they got another team that's below 500. The whole point is to jump off. UAPB is everybody's homecoming. They the epitome of a jump off.
But they're not a team that you just sit back and don't have to worry about. You still got to go play.
You still got to play Grambling too.
And Grambling looks bad. Grambling looks bad. There's no ifs and buts about it. And to me, what's going to signify how bad Grambling really is if they lose to Bethune, that just lets you know how bad Grambling truly is.
All right. If Grambling beat Bethune and UAPB lose to Jackson, UAPB get back on here.
I'll put you in. I don't know what's your in fact is like, God, dog, you wouldn't think your mom even went to UAPB the way you try to put them back on the jump offs. Like,
I just don't think they would everybody. I think they got 2 good players. I don't think they are. I just watched.
And they've been playing really well with them 2 big players.
Against 2. A sorry ass PV.
And so why is PV not on this list?
Shit, we can make a case just as much as Grambling is for PV too. Can we not? PV, who lost, and God forbid they lose to the number 1 sorriest team in the country, Mississippi Valley, this weekend. Then you telling me they have 2 losses against Pine Bluff and Valley, who both been on this list. PV then would have to come on here. There's no way when you got 2 losses against the 2 worst against the top 5 of the worst teams in black college football, PV has to make this list. Because they have 2 losses.
If they lose the Valley.
Oh, if they lose the Valley, they on this motherfucking list. You lost to Pine Bluff and Valley. You make this list. No doubt about it. You the only team in the country that has lost to 2 teams on this list in HBCU football.
Oh, man. Okay.
I mean, if we're gonna have to do some sit down. I never thought to try to find the top 5 and sorry to be this tough, but we're gonna have to do some sit downs at the end of this week.
After the results, we're gonna have to have a conference call about this on this next jump off list.
In this house, there's some whores in this house.
All right.
Some whores in this house. There's some whores in this.
Let's get to HBCU top 5.
Who would ever thought we would be debating top 5 sorriest teams?
Oh, it's more interesting than the top 5.
And I love UAPB. Don't get me wrong, y'all.
Not the way you talking about them. Hell no, you can't tell me they gotta be on this list. God, dog, like
that's the only time they're gonna be able to be talked about. So if we don't put them on that list, when we gonna talk about them?
Okay,
I'm asking you. Serious question.
I mean, them being off the list is them getting talked about.
By who?
Us. You the one trying to throw them back on.
Well, I know one thing. They ain't making this list right here.
One day. All right, B, go ahead, break it down.
Ladies and gentlemen, my HBCU Power Ranking. We are continuously rolling through the season. And welcome back, FAMU. I had Southern in this spot last week. Didn't last long at all for the Jaguars. As FAMU have fell off by losing to Jackson State on the road. But FAMU defending home turf at Bragg Memorial Stadium and getting it done convincingly against Southern, who came into that game undefeated in conference play. FAMU got back on track. They're now 4-3, 2-1. Congratulations to them getting back on this list. At the number 4 spot, they had a bye week last week, and so they dropped down a couple spots. The Tigers of Tennessee State, 6-2, 3-1. Big game this week against UT Martin. It could decide the Ohio Valley Conference. The way Tennessee State has been playing right now has been playing very well, and their only loss in conference play so far has been to a Tennessee Tech team. And that's when I go to the number 3 team, South Carolina State. You know what they did? They beat that Tennessee Tech team that beat Tennessee State, and they just decided to whoop up on every team that they've seen thus far. And now, listen, I can't take nothing away from them. Did you see the massacre this weekend for homecoming that they had against Delaware State? Chennis Berry and the Fighting Mailmen are going to work, and it don't matter rain, sleet, shine, or snow. They getting up every morning, fixing their lunch and packing their lunch pail, and they getting it done on Saturdays. For me, they're the number 3 top team right now in the country. At number 2, how about the Tigers of Jackson State? Listen, TC Taylor has them rolling. When you look at Jacoby Morgan, Herb Mulligan, welcome back, big fella, because now you are taking the reins of that running back room and you are doing the dang on thing. And that defense who won it against Florida A&M by first forcing those turnovers, Jackson State continues to find ways to get it done. And they'll be looking against Pine Bluff this weekend at homecoming to improve the state and then move up, stay undefeated in conference play, and get that 6th overall win. And then it's North Carolina Central right there at the top spot. Although they had a tough game against Morgan this past weekend, 16-7, still nonetheless, they are undefeated. They're 2-0 in conference play. And as they moved up, it's still them over everybody else. So FAMU at my number 5 spot, Tennessee State at my number 4 spot, South Carolina State and the Bulldogs at my number 3 spot. Jackson State right now, the Kings of the SWAC at the number 2 spot. And number 1, the Kings of them all of HBCU football continuously. They're soaring every week is the Eagles of North Carolina Central.
Yeah, I like this list, Barry.
Hey, and y'all don't look at me because I know y'all talking about them records. That ain't on me.
Did I invest
too, Perry? Hey.
Oh, well.
Yeah. I sent it with your record on.
Listen. Got to keep it rolling, man. Listen, at the end of the day, I said it. I've said it last week. I thought FAMU was a better team. And my Power 5 is going to tell you that I felt that FAMU was the better team. It's just very simple for me. So that's my 4 and 5. I'm gonna just leave it there. I still think NCCU and South Carolina State are 2 best teams in black college football. Very simple. All right, Tennessee State, I think they're on the pivotal point of crossing that precipice. If they beat UT Martin, I might have to put them over top of NCCU. I'm just being honest because, I mean, you're talking about some high-level competition that they're winning, and you got to give them kudos for that. Just the conference, the out-of-conference, just the conference that they're in. I think the competition is just a little bit better than what I think the competition is just better of what the other teams are facing right here, right now in black college football, especially in the SWAC. I think it's just so man, the SWAC is just so bad right now. I'm so serious. Like the diversity, the parity is there, just the competition isn't really there. So it's just like it's bad. It's just bad football around. So for me, 5 Jackson, 4 FAM, 3 Tennessee State, and listen, number 1 versus number 2. This Thursday it goes down at Orangeburg. It's probably going to be the game of the year, if I'm being honest with you, outside of the Jackson and FAMU game. So I'm super geeked to see how this game goes. NCC, South Carolina State, we will figure it out, and we'll find out on Thursday who's the top dog in HBCU football.
Absolute blasphemy that you put FAMU over Jackson State.
I thought they were the better team.
Absolute blasphemy. And I just, God damn, blasphemy. Oh my God.
I thought they were the better team.
Folks beat them. The folks is undefeated. The folks #1 in their division, and you still put boy.
Yeah, I thought FAMU was a better team. I don't know what I don't know what else you want from me. I just
that Jackson State beat FAMU, which all them motherfucking times I was getting all that slack about where they beat this and that. Jackson State beat the folks head to head, and you still have nerve to put FAMU over Jackson State.
They, to me, like I said, they were the better team.
Did they not win?
How the game came about does not mean they weren't the better team.
I'm not even finna do this with you. I heard them callers last week do this. Your mind made up, but this is some silly shit here. You put FAMU over Jackson State, and Jackson State literally beat these folks. Jackson State is undefeated, and they got a conference loss, and you still got them folks over Jackson State. Boy, that's crazy, boy.
I just, that's just how I feel about that.
Boy, that's crazy.
When the better team is the better team, you gotta put the better team.
Who says they the better team? I look at when I look at the matchup and I look at the final score, the better team look like they won. Who was the better team that won?
No, the better team doesn't always win the game, though.
The fuck does that mean?
What I said.
What does that even mean?
The better team doesn't always win.
Okay, so Vanderbilt beat Alabama, all right?
Does that mean, so you're telling me Alabama? Now, you could play bad, or you could still have a good game and the team lose, right? Okay, like, let's be honest, right? Like, if you're talking about the Jackson State NCCU game for the Celebration Bowl, Jackson State was the better team, and they lost.
Okay, because they lost and the poll come out, you ain't going to say Jackson State over them. That don't make sense. They still lost.
But that was for the national championship. That's different.
This was for the SWAC East. It ain't no difference.
The SWAC East isn't done yet, though.
It started with this game. Why you think this was such hype? The game of the week.
Jackson State. But the East isn't over yet.
It ain't over, but I know what's over. It was that game between FAMU and Jackson State. And Jackson State won it.
FAMU was the better team.
That don't even make no goddamn sense.
It makes all the sense in the world.
So the better team lost, and the other team, who you think is not the better team, continuously wins. Don't that make them the better team at this point?
No, because the other team continues to win as well. Has FAMU lost? I'm confused. Has FAMU lost outside of?
Yeah, FAMU is lost.
Out to Jackson, who wasn't the better team. But
it don't matter. But you just thank you. They lost to Jackson, so until the end, FAMU should be 4. FAMU should be 5. Jackson should.
I thought you said you weren't even going to do this. You're doing it. I'm not understanding.
I'm not understanding this shit right here.
Listen, for me, you know what's crazy for me? When you was beating schools in the NAIA, throwing Southern in there at the top 5 team, and I'm like, Perry, they ain't play nobody. I mean, we could only play who on this game. I'm like, Perry, it's a freaking.
But those teams at that time wasn't in the top 5. The ones that I was putting Southern over.
I'm just saying. I mean, you jumping teams that have been beating real teams, and you talk about being the NAI team, and you beat Lincoln, and you putting Southern in the top 5. Like, what are we talking about?
What I'm saying is, I wasn't putting Southern over teams that were already top 5 worthy.
You was the better team.
Jackson State beat them. That's the better team. The better team won. The team who won the game.
That's not always the case. That's not
both teams came into the game undefeated in conference play.
It's not always the case in the point of football. It's not always the better team.
I'm gonna remember this motherfucking moment because this is the most skewed shit I ever heard. And when I ever get debated about what I have said and what I put on here, I'm gonna bring this goddamn moment up.
Just like you debating to me, I'm gonna debate with you.
I'm gonna bring this goddamn moment up. And I'm gonna say, remember that time Jackson State beat FAMU and you still put FAMU ahead of Jackson State?
Because they were the better team.
That makes no goddamn sense.
It makes all the sense in the world.
You can't even take that to a judge and he'll rule in your motherfucking favor. You'll lose.
If you watch the game, you could.
I watched Jackson State win the game.
I'm talking about the judge. If you bring the tape to the judge be like, you know what, I can see that. I'm like, okay, you see it.
Well, that's why
I don't see how Jackson State's number 2, and they haven't beat the same people that South Carolina State has beat. But that's like I said, that's not neither there. They haven't beat no PWIs.
Jackson State the best team in the conference.
How?
Who better than Jackson State in the conference?
What I'm saying is you put
who better than Jackson State in the SWAC?
That's what
I'm asking you.
That's
you
not
said
what
how.
No.
You can't answer that?
That's not how Power Fives work, though.
No, I'm not asking you that.
But I'm asking you.
I'm asking you who? You said how Jackson State number 2.
How are they better than Tennessee State and they haven't played nobody in the competition like Tennessee State? How are they better than South Carolina State when they haven't played anybody on the level of South Carolina State?
They won the games on their schedule.
Okay, my point is so if you feel that way and you're reaching them for number 2 and they haven't played any high-level competition outside of FAMU, and FAMU was the better team.
And they beat them. FAMU beat South Carolina State, didn't they? Hold on. FAMU beat South Carolina State, didn't they?
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
FAMU lost to Jackson State, didn't they?
Yeah.
All right, then. That's why in the fuck I put Jackson State up there because to me, they beat a team that's already on that list.
Underneath Jackson then?
Huh?
How do you have Tennessee State underneath Jackson then?
Tennessee State had a bye week for them. Unfortunately, they dropped down. So you didn't play a game. Jackson State didn't play a game.
So the schedule that they played previously that has no meaning to what they do?
They didn't fall but just a couple spots. They had a bye week.
Okay.
They didn't drop out the top 5. I credited the teams who played this week. The teams that played this week, South Carolina State whooped somebody's ass, almost 70-pieced them. Jackson State went and handled business at Bethune-Cookman. I gave them credit. They got moved up. Tennessee State had a bye week. Hey, you didn't play nobody. Nobody saw you this weekend. So the teams who played this weekend, credit for what y'all did and the way you did it. Tennessee State, you beat UT Martin. Shit. Hampton, if you beat Villanova, shit. For real. But yeah, that's blasphemy. That FAMU over Jackson State. Bro.
Again.
That is crazy to me.
Again.
Crazy.
Better team. Better team was always going to be on my top.
So FAMU beat South Carolina State, huh? So FAMU still the better team?
They haven't played a better competition, though.
But FAMU beat South Carolina State to my point since you
But
said South Carolina State played all these places.
They do not look as good as South Carolina State. Very simple.
It ain't that simple.
It is for me.
You just tried to give me that whole idea that who is Jackson State played? Well, I know Jackson State played FAMU. I know FAMU played South Carolina State. Jackson State beat FAMU. FAMU beat South Carolina State, which is why I put Jackson State where I did. To me, that's worthy.
Nah, don't see it. Don't see it.
I know one damn thing. They better bring back the Southern Heritage classes between Jackson State and Tennessee State, because that's a damn game I would have loved to see this year.
That would have been a good game. That would have been a good game this year. For once, it would have actually been a good game.
So if South Carolina State beat NCCU and you say, well, NCCU is the better team, NCCU still gonna be the number 1 team?
If it depends on how the game looked. If NCC, I'm so serious. Like I know. See, the difference between me is I've made these points before in the season. I just haven't made them on the show. Because I said the same thing when Grambling beat Jackson. I said Jackson was the better team, and Grambling squeaked by. Even though the score says what it says, Jackson was the better team. And I said that. Even with the score looking like it is, and anybody who said I didn't, you're lying. I said that.
In the great words of Mickey Joseph, this some bullshit.
That's fine. But again, see the thing. This is the thing for me. You can't say I'm doing this for FAMU when I've made the same argument for Tahoe State earlier in the season when they went against Grambling. I literally made the same notion. I made the same pledge. I said they were the better team. And a lost, and they got mollywopped.
Let's move on. It'll work itself out.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
All right.
I better have that same energy when it's with me. I don't want to hear shit. Have that same energy.
If that's how the game plays out, that's how the game plays out, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. Hey, listen, very simple. Very simple of what's the game of the week. South Carolina State, NCCU, head-to-head, number one and number 2 on my poll, number 1, number 3 in his poll. Perry, what you got?
I like the matchup. Trey Oliver, Chennis Berry. Remember, I know both these guys. These were 2 former coordinators at Southern University. Trey Oliver and Chennis Berry was there at the same time. Trey Oliver here came over from North Carolina A&T and became our defensive coordinator. Chennis Berry was here as our offensive line coach and our offensive coordinator. These guys understand what it means to win. Both these guys are goal-driven. Both these guys are leader of men. I like this matchup. Scotty, this might be one of the biggest games in black college football on the year. Just because you have seen the trajectory of what South Carolina State has gone since Coach Buddy Pugh was gone. That's big shoes to fill with a guy with that much history behind him and the success that he had. Chennis Berry comes in, and it looks like they got it right. They got it right. And we know traditionally South Carolina State was known for its defense. Not so much of its offense, but its defense. And now you look at them, it's day and night with that offense now. Putting up 69 points last week. And they have done it a couple times in terms of being able to put points on the board. Also going on the road and have FAMU up against the ropes. Then I look at North Carolina Central. I mean, Trey Oliver has said since MEAC Media Day, how in the hell are y'all going to put these other teams and talk about these other teams and who has the body of work of what North Carolina Central has done? I like both these coaches because what you see is development. Eric Phoenix at the quarterback position for them, Elijah Walker for North Carolina Central at the quarterback position. Both these teams not struggling offensively, and their defenses are sound. This is one hell of a battle between these two teams. They both come in undefeated in conference play. They're both on winning streaks. South Carolina State has been able to get it done in non-conference against PWIs the same way Trey Oliver said North Carolina Central has been able to do it. And because of that, so far, South Carolina State has won their last 4 games in a row. They're on a 4-game winning streak. North Carolina Central coming this one, rolling. Man, listen, Scotty, I don't even know how this is going to go. But I'm going to tell you this. I would not be surprised because I like Eric Phoenix over Walker. I do. I like Caden High. I like the running backs for South Carolina. I like South Carolina State's defense. I wouldn't be surprised if South Carolina State beat North Carolina Central in this one. And for me, I like Trey Oliver. Trey Oliver, you my dog. Chennis Berry, you my dog too. But Scotty, I think I'm gonna have to go South Carolina State in this one. Something in me just makes me feel that South Carolina State. Because I can only imagine the pregame speech to this one.
Ooh,
I can only imagine the pregame speech to this one.
That thing gonna be crazy.
Work. WORK, work.
Raise these low.
Shit. And who put this game on a Thursday goddamn night?
That's the dumbest shit in the world. If this
But
was
I
on
guess
Saturday,
I wouldn't necessarily say it's dumb because it's gonna get all the pub that it needs. It don't have to go up against nobody.
Yeah, it's gonna do over 200,000 easy. It's gonna do over 200,000.
It better. If the audience to this is not good, because the audience to that Jackson State FAMU game, they couldn't even get 29,000 people to watch that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I think it sets up, even though I would have loved this to be Saturday, Thursday, everybody should be tuned in to watch this. All you got is NFL on Thursday night. You should be tuned in this one. But I'm going South Carolina State in this one, man. Something tells me Chennis Berry's headed in the right direction.
It's on ESPN2.
Yeah.
If this is on ESPN2, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy.
It is ESPN2.
All right. Well, that's gonna be
6:30 kickoff. I'm going. I like South Carolina State just from where they're going. 4-game winning. Both these teams coming into a winning streak. So, Scotty, I'll leave it at that. But hey, either team can win. But this is a top 5 HBCU matchup, black college football matchup. Man, I like it. So, Chennis Berry, man, I'm rolling with you and the Bulldogs right now. You just got me too excited.
If it's a sellout on a Thursday, that's next level. I ain't even gonna hold you. If you got a sellout on a Thursday, that you care about some damn football. Okay? Because it's too many times we done seen HBCU games on Thursday and it look like who done it and why. If you got a sellout on a Thursday night, absolutely freaking amazing. Okay.
And it's Halloween.
And it's Halloween.
It's gonna be on at all the Halloween parties.
Let's go back to go forward. Traditionally, NCCU has had problems in Orangeburg. It's no mystery, it's no secret. They have had problems in Orangeburg. Even when Davius Richards was playing and Buddy Pugh was coaching, they have had issues down in Orangeburg. I think, and I agree with you, P. I'll take Eric Phoenix over Walker. I'll take Caden High over Quick. I think the running back for NCCU, Jamari, is better than Duhart, but Duhart ain't no slouch. And defensively, I think it's pretty even. I think NCCU's D-line might be a tad bit better, but I think it's a pretty even match. And I think what pushes this game over the edge is it's in Orangeburg. It is in Orangeburg. I got South Carolina State too. I was surprised you went South Carolina State. I thought you was going to go NCCU on this one. I don't even know if you sent it to me. I didn't read it if you did, what game you picked on the text. I really didn't look. I thought you would have gone NCCU in this one. I thought I was going to sneak this one by. But I'm gonna go South Carolina State in this one. And I don't think it's because I think the home field advantage is really going to play a huge part in South Carolina State getting this game. I think if this game's at the Nest, it's NCCU by 2 touchdowns. I'm so serious. If this game is at the Nest, I think it's NCCU by 2 touchdowns. But since it's in Orangeburg, I got South Carolina State by 10. I really don't even want to say 10. I think I got South Carolina State by a touchdown. And I want to go 17-24 South Carolina State. 17-24 South Carolina State pulls this out, and they're the big dogs in let me say this. I think if NCCU pulls this game out, you talking about some championship pedigree with a first year. I want to be very clear what they're going up against. You can say whatever you want about Walker Harris. I've always said he's a very capable quarterback. When people were talking bad about him, I said Walker Harris would be a top 5 quarterback in the SWAC, and it wouldn't even blink, right? You're talking about a first-year starter going into Orangeburg to go against a senior who has played in multiple big games with Chennis Berry. That has some level of, it has a very high degree level on that. A very high degree level. And I don't know if Walker is ready for the moment. I really don't know.
And my bad, Walker Harris. I said I was talking about Elijah. Well, I don't know who the hell Elijah Walker. That sounds like somebody I said that name before.
There's Elijah on Morgan State. There's an Elijah.
My bad. I wanted to say that because that was a mistake. I don't even know how the hell I said this. Sometimes I see names, so I want to clarify that too. When I was talking about Eric Phoenix first, I said Elijah Walker, but Walker Harris.
Walker Harris. Yeah.
I want to clear that up just for that out there. But listen, I initially did send this to you. I had NCCU over.
Okay.
But as the day went on, as the world turned, then you showed me that speech at the beginning of this damn show. I thought about the mailman win every day, don't we?
Every day, you gotta go to work. Gotta get up and go to work.
And every day is gonna be somebody new, ain't it? It's a team. It ain't a day you don't get your mail. It's maybe a woman today, maybe a guy tomorrow, maybe a fine woman. If you missed your chance, you can't holler at her. Hey, the mailman get up and go to work. I gotta roll with the mailman in this one.
Yeah.
But listen, I ain't counting out no North Carolina Central by far. Trey Oliver, if you watch, listen, dog, I ain't counting out your team. You've been number 1 for a reason. You've been proving everybody wrong for a reason. But I don't know, man. It's just something about Chennis Berry and that Bulldogs right now, man. It seems magical what they building right now. And he seems to have them focused and zeroed in on that magic.
Hey, shout out to my boy DeQuincy in the chat. He's sending me over some. Listen, man. See, I don't think we talk about the business side of this enough in the HBCU space. You got to give credit to South Carolina State on how they're promoting this game to make sure that everybody's in attendance. Let me bring this up real quick. So this is one he sent me. Calling all South Carolina State faculty, staff, and students, Claflin faculty, staff, OCSD, Orangeburg County School District faculty, students, treat yourself to a free single game football ticket and parking pass with the Bulls. You trying to sell out Thursday? You trying to sell out Thursday? They trying to pack that mug. They trying to pack that mug.
Because they ain't necessarily selling it out. They're trying to give it away.
Hey, listen, get up because it's Thursday. It's hard to get Bama's in on a Thursday. And you don't want the biggest game of the year to not have no crowd.
I make all my money off concession. Them Powerades go from $3 to $9. I'm gonna get it back. What they say, get it back in blood.
Hey,
the hot dogs may have been $4. They $10 tonight. I'm gonna get $10 hot dog. That popcorn was $3. Hell no, not tonight. $8.
you got the Disney World prices.
Yo, hey, if you get in this joker for free, trust me, concession, I got to get it back.
Got to get it back. Right. So you got that one, and then he sent me another one that they got for the game. Diallo, we're coming to you after this one. And this was the next one he sent me. Hey, blackout battle in Berg. Wear all black helps us clip the Eagles wings in the MEAC championship. $1,000 costume contest. So listen, you talking about bringing the city out, as Mr. Campbell said, trying to get everybody in attendance, because again, it's a Thursday night. It's hard to get Bama's out there. You got to make it enticing to get people to the stadium, to make the game look like something, and to give you the home field advantage that you want.
And it's going to be nice because if it's Halloween, you doing costumes, ESPN going to be all over that stadium.
All over it.
Handing for shots, trying to find costume. Hey, look at this guy's costume. Look at that costume. So, hey, South Carolina State, this your opportunity to really win the country over, because with Halloween, with the costumes, I mean, you're going to give ESPN, you might make Scott Van Pelt, you may make, no telling what you may make as you continue to go through the evening to make yourself seen by the country by playing a part into the evening. So Halloween, you bring the costumes out on top of the crowd. Oh yeah, it will work so much wonders for this program. South Carolina State, if they can win this, the trajectory will be nothing but up for them.
I'm loving it. All right. Perry, before I get to Diallo, what's your score for the game?
I don't even have one, Scotty. I don't know. I'm just gonna take South Carolina State with the win. I don't have a clue what I think the score is gonna be. 31-24. How about that?
All right, 31-24. All right, Diallo from Ohio, coming to you. What's up, D?
Peace, family, peace. How y'all feeling tonight?
Good, man.
Good. This is the game I've been waiting for. Is it echo or is that just me? Are y'all hearing me echo?
Nah, you good. Nah, it's just you.
Okay. This is the game I've been waiting on, man, because at the end of the day, as much as we was anticipating that FAMU Jackson State game, and I love JSU, I think this is going to be the game of the year. One, because the winner is going to punch their ticket to the Celebration Bowl. Let's be clear. I mean, you look at both of their schedules, I think Trey, all of them will have 2 games left. I think West Name will have 3. I don't think any of those teams that they have left on the remainder of their schedule will be able to beat them. So this is for all. This is like their MEAC championship game. It's Thursday night, and I'm picking South Carolina State too, and it's for some other reasons. Yes, it's in Orangeburg, and we know NCCU has historically played bad there, haven't come out with a lot of wins there. But this is something that I noticed, and I watched the game Saturday to have an opportunity to scout them and see what I would, think they would do the following week. And Trey Oliver said something that I thought was interesting that I peeped watching the game. He said, we got to get healthy. And if you guys watch that Morgan State game, Morgan State is nasty, bro. That's the type of team when you play them, you leave that game nicked up, hurt, cuts, bruises. that was a hard-hitting game. Trey Oliver said if y'all was down on the field and you heard how loud those pads was popping from the first quarter to the fourth quarter, you understand this was a grown man physical football game. And I think that's going to play well for South Carolina State because they had a big homecoming game, but it was 47-10 at halftime. So it was really not a game. So I feel like they're the fresher team. It's a short week. You have 2 days less to prepare. I just feel like, Coach Berry and his squad finds a way to get it done, man. And I hate that we have to see this game right now. I would love to see it, like I said about the JSU fam. I would love to see it at the end of the year. But I think this is for all the marbles, man. The winner will punch their ticket to the Celebration Bowl. And as far as the quarterback Walker for NCCU, his numbers have been solid all year, but I've seen some plays that he wasn't able to make in that Morgan State game. And and this is just me. I don't like left-handed quarterbacks. My man Steve Young was the only one I really liked a lot. Vic was solid. I seen him throw an interception that was, I would say for him, is unlike him because I thought he was trying to force the ball and do too much. When you have a running back like they have, sometimes you just got to stop out thinking the room and just run the ball and get out of the game. And that's what my man Trey Oliver and them end up doing and getting out of that Morgan State game. But I just think that they are going to have a disadvantage because of how physical that game was and with this short turnaround. What say you guys on that?
No, that makes perfect sense. It's no different than how the NFL players feel, going off a Sunday night, then doing a short turnaround for a Thursday night game. You're in the same boat and you're playing one of the best teams in your division. Now, my bigger push is I think the MEAC needs to have a MEAC championship game. That I stand by that because I think this is a game you should see twice, right? I don't think this is a game that you just let the regular season play. I know what Trey Oliver said about it and why do we need to play Howard again and whatever. I want to see it played twice. If you that nice, play it again, right? Like, especially a game like this, like you said, coming off a Thursday, they coming off Morgan State. Let's see what both these teams look like with a week off. They're both rested up, coming to play a MEAC championship game again and seeing it again. I think they should have a MEAC championship game, but that's neither here nor there. What you got on it, P?
Talk about a MEAC championship game? I mean, a MEAC championship game?
He was asking your thoughts on, the short turnaround and playing Morgan State.
Nothing there, man. I think Morgan State just pushed it. There's a difference sometimes when you get into conference plays. They always say this team probably knows you better than anybody else. And we look at these MEAC teams, they've been playing non-conference games for 2 months. The SWAC has already been in conference game for the past month, right? So these teams know each other well, and I think that's the element of surprise for the Chennis-Berry team coming in against North Carolina Central. North Carolina Central and Morgan knew each other very well, especially with Coach Damon already have been there. I don't think the turnaround will be such a problem. Both teams dealing with what they have to deal with, and at the end of the day, these two coaches, they ain't worried about no turnaround. They worried about getting on their field. They'll have these teams ready to play for me, what I believe.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with both of y'all. And I'll say this and get out the way for the next caller. And that game Saturday against NCCU and Morgan State, and I think this game coming up between NCCU and South Carolina State, those games are the reason why I think the MEAC has had so much success against the SWAC when it comes to the Celebration Bowl. These dudes play smash mouth, punch you in the mouth, impose my will on you type of a football game from start to finish. And a lot of times you don't see that in the SWAC. When you look at those two Celebration Bowls that Jackson State lost, they just got punched in the mouth. And one thing that Scotty said tonight, even though Perry, I'm disappointed you fell into that trick bag that Scotty got me in last week with this JSU under FAMU thing. But one thing that he said that I do agree with, the better team doesn't always win the game. And I think that Jackson State was a better team, but Trey Oliver's team was tougher. They were more disciplined, and they just played grown man football. And that's why I love the MEAC. I'm from the Midwest, and, my cousins down south in Mississippi will make fun of us. Oh, y'all ain't got no speed. But, yeah, we got the big white boys on the offensive line. When I play ball, we go like Woody Hayes in Ohio State. We go punch you in the mouth, and we go play 3 yards in the cloud of dust. And for 4 quarters, we're going to impose our will on you. And that's what I love about watching MEAC football, and that's the difference between them and the SWAC. So I think the SWAC has to really pay attention to this game as well as I hope they paid attention to that game last week, just to see, the different styles and how they impose their will on each other, and we'll see a clash. But I think it's gonna be a sellout. Hopefully they sell it out. It was their homecoming, and I did y'all see they went viral by singing the Tevin Campbell "Can We Talk" at South Carolina State homecoming.
South Carolina State,
So hopefully those people will hang around and stay for this game on Thursday. The ones that came far from out of town, because the whole world needs to be watching. I don't know who play on Thursday night, but every person in Black America should be tuned into that game on Thursday night.
Let me say this before you go.
Let y'all brothers to keep up the good work.
D, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Real quick. Let me say this before you go. I think that this is the difference between. I think, like, let's say if Jackson makes it to the Celebration Bowl or a Alcorn, right? I think even with the smash mouth style of play that the MEAC does, I think the deadly part of with NCCU or with NCCU and South Carolina State is their quarterbacks can take you over the top. Now Walker kind of reminds me a lot of Jacobian, to where I'm not limited, but I ain't special. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm in that in between. But Eric Phoenix is I'm not limited and I'm special, right? So I think
he's special.
He's dynamic, and I think that's what really takes South Carolina State's offense to that next level. Because you're right, they want to run the ball with Duhart. They want to smash you in the mouth. They want to do that. But if we need to, Eric can go for 304 tubs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you don't. You do not have quarterbacks like that in the SWAC outside of Mekhi Hagans and an Andrew Body, right? And a Derek Richardson. Jacoby Morgan isn't that. So I think that's what limits some of the offenses in the SWAC this year, right? Like this year, that's a very limiting factor of, I don't expect Alcorn to have Xavier Vaughn throw for 300 yards. You get what I'm saying? Now, will he run for 150? Will they run for 200 yards? Absolutely. But throw for 200, 250? Nah, it won't happen. But appreciate the call, though, D.
And just to say this real quick, and not to bring up Jackson State, but since you brought it up, I would think that they will fare better this time. Not say they're going to win or lose, because I feel like their offensive line is much better than they were those against that Buddy Pugh and that Trey Oliver team in 21 and 22. So I feel like them having a better offensive line and more cohesion, a better running room, that was the weakest link on their team, was that the offensive line and the running game. Savion was cool that second year, but I think this will give them a better chance to kind of play that style, because they can control the line of scrimmage and impose their will. But it's going to be interesting. So everybody in Black America, make sure y'all tune in to ESPN2 on Thursday night. Appreciate y'all, fam.
Appreciate the call, D. I think real quick before we go into the next caller, P. But see, I think when you're talking about like a MEAC, think about all the offensive lines you have to see. You got to see Norfolk. You got to see South Carolina State. You got to see NCCU. You know what I'm saying? Like they're built in the trenches. That's just how they get down. So if I see a good O-line from Jackson or a good O-line from Alcorn, it's nothing I haven't seen. And plus, we got to play the white boys. We play way more PWIs than you that got white boys on them. You know what I'm saying? So I that to me, it doesn't come as a shock to them, because it's like, oh man, now we gotta. It's a hit or miss for me. Mr. D, coming to you, and then 6272. I call you live. Hey, Mr. D, you breaking up real bad. You have to call back. 6272 coming to you.
Hey, how everybody doing?
What's up, man? What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Brandon calling from Georgia.
All right, talk to me.
Hey, man. So this game, I think a lot of people, I'm looking at the bigger spectrum of things. The recruitment that this will bring, being that's a Thursday night football, and NCCU recruits heavy out of South Carolina. I think this will bring so much attention, more attention to these two programs, being that they're on a high coming into the game. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I just talked about it. I said, the opportunity to fill up a stadium, Halloween night, you're inviting the community out, you're talking about costumes, that within itself, because how often do we see midweek games, no matter if it's FBS or FCS, and it's empty, right? Not the MEAC, the MAC lives in weekday games with half empty, completely empty stadiums. But when you look at both these programs and the notoriety that they both had, these are two programs that have played in the Celebration Bowl since COVID, right? North Carolina Central and South Carolina State. You take them, you put them on the national stage on ESPN2, you get the world to see. You better believe both these programs are going to sell it to recruits. And this matters in the state of South Carolina and the state of North Carolina, where you got some really good talent. This now puts you in a position to say, this is why I'm telling you to choose this program. On top of, you start to look at the guys that can transfer into these programs that's from that region, that area. And now you can say, man, we was on ESPN2. The team you played on last year, what did you do? What did y'all play? So
facts.
And when I'm just talking, getting guys, even if it's group of 5, whatever the case, you are showing guys what the showcase could be and what the opportunity of playing in this conference at those particular schools. So, of course, it's going to be great marketing for them. And I know both these programs with their media departments are going to take on every opportunity to capture the moment. And for whoever wins, they better believe it. They're going to showcase the world so you can share it, watch it, and be able to send that on to the next player that they feel will be the future of their program. But it ain't going to just be good for football. It's also going to be good for the school itself, just the notoriety and being able to put themselves out there, because they're going to run plenty of MEAC commercials, and you better believe plenty of South Carolina State and North Carolina Central commercials. So I think this would be good for the conference, and especially for 2 programs, because we know in the MEAC, they love their academics, don't they? And they love, seem like they liking their football. So I think this would be good for them.
Yeah, and another point I want to make real quick, I believe NCCU's defense has greatly improved in size and speed. And I think the only way South Carolina State can win this game is if Eric Phoenix goes for those 4 touchdowns. Because this will, in my opinion, this will be at least a 24-27 type of game with Central pulling it off. That's just my opinion. But he will need to go for 4 touchdowns to take this game over. Otherwise, I don't really see, just in my opinion, South Carolina State really imposing their will on that defensive line from Central this year.
I mean, I think that goes both ways. I don't think that either team is. I would say this. I would give more credit to NCCU out scheming South Carolina State than the opposite way around. But I do think that Eric Phoenix is going to be. He's special enough, and he's been in enough big games to know if he has to be special, then he just has to be special. I don't know if Walker Harris can give you the same, right? So for me, I'm always going to take the quarterback that has been through more bullets. I think the only thing that's saving Walker Harris in this game is his coaching staff is really, really good. And they're really, really good at what they do. So I think there's some things that they're going to scheme open that's going to make it easy for Walker. But if it was just talent for talent, bullets for bullets, it's South Carolina State, and it's not even close, because at the end of the day, if I got the better quarterback, that's half the battle right there.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Hey, well, thank you.
No, appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. A&T Roy, no wins. 0 conference wins. No black wins. How can we help you?
Hey, Scotty, how y'all doing, man?
Man, we doing fine.
All right, 3 quick things. Number 1, yes, the reason Kenneth Berry can spit the words like he does is because he's a man of Omega Psi Phi. That's number 1. Number 2, crap. Okay, number 2, Scotty, have you changed your mind? You still think we're not going to win more than 3 games in a season?
Dog, I should be asking you, did you change your mind?
Man, listen, we're in the 2nd season, so absolutely, I know we're going to win more than 3. I don't understand. Okay. It sounds like you still stuck on that, right?
I am. What's going on?
All right, so I'm gonna call you periodically and see when you change. Now, number 3, dang, I keep forgetting.
All y'all gonna do is schedule. All y'all gonna do is schedule more and more bad opponents for homecoming. That's all you're gonna do. You're gonna have a D2 opponent.
No, we're not.
Yes, that's exactly what you're gonna do. You're gonna get another D2 opponent on your schedule. That's gonna give you 1. Then you're gonna probably put a sorry ass team for homecoming. That's gonna give you 2. And I don't know where the third gonna come from.
No, we're not. I'm talking about just in conference, not other games.
Scotty, do not go down.
The last thing is I call in, so y'all don't say when we start winning, you only call in when you win it. So
I appreciate that.
I'm calling in today.
I appreciate that.
Let y'all know I ain't scared of you, MS.
Scared of them white folks, though.
All right, that's all I got. I gotta go back to HBCU nightly. Look it up.
Appreciate it.
He's scared of them white folks, though.
All right, call on, shut down.
He's trolling us.
Listen, I love it. You suck. You absolutely suck. Hey, listen, North Carolina T is Hampton is outdoing y'all.
Hampton is out here outdoing it. Hampton, if they beat Villanova this week, they in my top 5 straight the fuck up. I mean, I don't care what nobody say. Somebody got to
get off the list.
You beat Villanova, hey, you get on my list.
Man, I might have to drop Jock State out of my top 5.
That's crazy.
They number 5. They number 5. I might have to go ahead and slide them up out of there.
Oh, that's crazy, dog.
I have to just go ahead and do that. I'm just saying.
But somebody gonna lose that North Carolina Central and South Carolina State game too.
Oh yeah.
Then you got Tennessee State taking on UT Martin. It's gonna be some switch ups next week.
Okay, possibility UAPB you might pull up the upset.
This right here, dog. And I see you repping Hampton tonight. I like Hampton. I low key do like Hampton. I don't know if people realize. I really do low key like Hampton. I really low key do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If
Hampton beat Villanova,
fam, you gonna have to just slide on up there, and then for Jack State gonna have to just slide on.
I'm not entertaining that bullshit you.
I just said
I'm like Mickey Jones. That's a good.
I'm just saying you can find me if you want. I'm just
yeah, you go. Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm just keeping it a buck with you. All right, man. Listen, we're gonna get up out of here. We done did the show for 3 hours, man. We appreciate y'all.
I'm so hungry, goddamn. I was finna get off here and go cook and come back, good boy. I'm so
hungry. I got me some salmon and rice waiting for me. So I'm about to, it's the benefits of being married. So I'm gonna heat me up, heat my plate up, and then go ahead and scarf it on down. All right, Perry, what you got? Any last words?
Oh man, I hope everybody had a good weekend. I'll be in Jackson, Mississippi this week. So Jackson State people, I see you. Homecoming, Scotty. I'm on 3 straight homecoming. My 3rd one. I did Southern. I'm in Pine Bluff. Now I'm going to Jackson, Mississippi. Hell, I need to be, y'all donate to me. I need to be doing the damn show shit because I'm at everybody's school. So I'm going up to see Jackson and see what they look like against the Golden Lions. And just want to have a good time and enjoy homecoming and see what it's looking like after this. I'm sitting my ass, what the folks say, I'm sitting my black ass
now. Yeah, absolutely. All right, listen. Tomorrow, I'll be doing the State of the SWAC tomorrow, Tuesday, 7 o'clock. Me, BJ, Uncle Flood, and Zoe tomorrow here, 7 o'clock, State of the SWAC. Tuesday as well at 9 o'clock, HBCU Coach's Corner with Coach Cole, Mr. Campbell, and Rocky. Wednesday, rebuttal early in the morning at 1 o'clock-ish, the breakdown as well. So it's a lot coming up. And then Thursday, watch party right here for NCCU South Carolina State. All right, listen, until next time.
Hey, let me ask you something. I know you had to get off. I want to ask this. Does Coach Cole ever watch this show?
He watched a couple times. Watch a couple times.
We a little bit too on the other side for him.
I think we're a little too much for the other side for a lot of people.
Okay.
It's not everybody's cup of tea.
Yeah.
What
would they rather they like us be like?
I don't know if it's us per se. You?
Oh, it's me. You gonna say it's me?
Listen,
it's me.
I know it's you because my mama called me and was like, "I like y'all show, but he be doing too much cussing for me, baby. I'm sorry." Like I'd be like,
"Well, why you didn't tell her? Why you didn't tell me?"
Because it's my show.
Oh, you told he all right? It's okay with the cussing?
Yeah, I mean, she was mad about the HBCU Live. That's the one. She watches this more occasionally, and she's like, because she said this is what she said. She's like the HBCU Live. She said that was just too much for me. She's like, I'm sorry. She's like, I love watching you and supporting you. She's like, that was just too much for me. He was on one. And she said, but I watch him on Outspoken, and she's like, it's like a really good blend of like education and foolishness. Like he don't do too much. Like he do too much, but it's not too much. And she said,
Rocky had us killing the whole bottle of Hennessy at on HBCU. What she want me to do?
Listen,
sorry, Mom. Like, hey, Perry get loose.
And my mom don't call me about it. Like my mom, she like me and my mom, we butt heads. So if she calls to criticize me, she really is feeling some type of way because she won't call for every little thing. So she be like, I saw your show, I enjoyed it. That's she'll leave it right there. But if she really got to say something, she'll say something. So
I'm cussing too much. She want me to tone it down.
Yeah, on the HBCU Live, yeah, she was like, yeah, that ain't.
Oh, HBCU Live.
Oh, HBCU Live. She said, yeah, that was.
I was in the element, ma.
Yeah,
that was the element.
She was she was like, that was way too much for her. He's like, I couldn't even finish it. She said, I tried to support. She said, it's just too much.
Ooh, yeah. So sometimes I could be a little too much, but it is what it is. And what this is. This show, I mean, what y'all, hey, tell me, we can go HBCU game day, Dr. Cavill. We can do, I'll take it there.
I think, and see, that's the thing. Like, I think it's a fine balance of like, no, because me, I'm not HBCU game day and I'm not Fox News, so I wouldn't do that, right? I think there's just a fine line of like foolishness and like seriousness. And I think I think with Outspoken, we do it very. It's very good. It's a very delicate balance, and we play it. And for me, the reason I like what we do is because people talk like this. Like, people realistically talk like this. Like, don't get mad at me because you're like, oh, Scott, I'm in a work environment, and I put your earbuds in.
The way we do this and talk, and the cussing, the nigga, whatever the case, go to a tailgate and get a conversation started about the game. I think that's why this is so relatable, and that's why I do enjoy it, because tell your mom if she want to hear me talk real good, the Jaguar Journal on Saturday morning. Not a cuss word utters out my mouth. Because I gotta clean it up for them folks' radio. But don't mean I don't have the respect to do it on here. But at the same time, I think this is relatable to the people who actually understand black college football, the people at those tailgates, the barbershop. Because go in the barbershop and start this conversation in one of these HBCU towns and cities and watch where it goes.
Yeah.
So that's the whole thing with me, and why, as they say, I let my hair down when I'm on here and I do what I do, because it's relatable. It's like talking to the uncle, the cousin. It's like talking to the hated rival when you see them and they walk by, you talking shit and they talking shit. It's all about that. Now, the HBCU Live, that's what you do with, hey, invited to a Southern Tech homecoming next time with you, so I can. You think I was bad, mama? That was clean. That was.
And for me, man, if I'm being honest, the other stuff is just too marshmallowy, right? Like, it's just like if it wasn't, think about it. Everybody's like, oh, we're trying to do this, so we don't cuss on this platform and we don't do this on this. I'm like, man, that's just boring, bro. Like, I'm sorry. It's just not, like, I watched Cam Newton and it's entertaining. I watched Pat McAfee. It's entertaining. Like, it's all about being entertaining, and all this marshmallow and oh, and we try to watch our
Stephen A. His cuss word counts is going up a lot.
Hey, that's Stephen A. Smith's show on YouTube.
Oh, what he called the dude, a fat bitch?
Dog.
You fat bitch.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's to me like, listen, man, I try to walk a fine line between professionalism and having fun. I like to have fun. Like, that's just who I am. And to me, if you haven't watched my interviews or my regular shows, or when I do something about something really serious and a serious topic, I don't do all the crazy stuff. I keep it real. I keep it on topic. I keep it pushing. So that just is what it is. And for me, man, like, I like to have fun. I like to enjoy myself. I like to laugh, and that's what it is. So it just.
I can turn it on and off. I can go a whole.
No, I know you can, and I've seen it.
Yeah, very professional. Don't let this show fool y'all. I know y'all think I get off here. I probably go get in a hoopty and drive through the hoopty.
Hey, it ain't a hoopty. I ain't gonna tell you what he's driving. I ain't gonna tell you what he's driving, but it ain't a hoopty.
But they think I'm just I'm probably some ratchet.
It's foreign. He definitely driving a foreign.
No, don't. I'm
done.
Yeah. But they think you just I'm very professional. I'm on the other side of it. I enjoy being able to have these, because Scotty put it out of me. And at the end of the day, I know when I'm on these scenes and I go to, because you better believe when I'm walking around Jackson, somebody, you know how many people walk up on me and be like, hey, I've been looking for you, nigga.
Yeah, I heard it at Southern too. When you
I'm like, bro, who is that? I get that so much, bro. I'm like, damn, I didn't even think that was gonna stick.
Yeah.
But And just let me know, as much as folks complain about me saying, nigga, people, you be surprised how many people walk up and all I hear is, I've been looking for you, nigga. And I turn around and just somebody laughing, waving. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
So, it's all fun and games. Don't get it twisted. Don't let the character, I'm always like, what's the dude with the one eye?
Forrest Whitaker?
No, the dude that the activist from Dallas be on everybody's shit. Charleston White.
Charleston White.
Yeah, he said, hey, don't let this character fool you, because who I really am in the community. Don't let this fool y'all. I really am.
Dude, that dude do be he definitely be in the community heavy.
Yeah. And hey, don't let it fool you. But hey, I just wanted to know if Coach Cole watched, because I know he's, hey fellas, how y'all doing, fellas? Hey, men, so hey. Coach Cole.
Listen, man. There's plenty, and listen. I'm not here to knock anybody's platform. If this ain't for you, I can name them for you if you want to go there, because I don't really care.
This is an acquired taste.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I hit the unfollow button for you. Like, please, like, and I tell people, like, if you leave, it saves me the headache for arguing in my comments with you. I really mean that. So please, there's Dr. Gaville. There is Fox News. You got HBCU Nightly. You got who else? Who else is
that is
Fox News. That's Fox News.
HBCU Sports.
Ballhead Rick Fox. You got Ballhead Rick Fox. I mean, like, you got plenty of people to go watch if uppity is your thing, and it's no shade or nothing. Like, just go over there. Like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I watch HBCU Nightly. I think they're pretty entertaining, even though they don't cuss and stuff on their platforms, which is their platform. So I get it. You know what I'm saying? So ain't no sweat off my back. But here in Off Script, around here between Normandy and Weston, we call this here a little 20, right, nigga?
And nobody had a problem with Mickey Dozer today talking about this some bullshit. He said that for the whole world here. That's some bullshit.
That's why he got fined, right? So it is what it is, man. We ought to get up out of here, because I haven't eaten, he haven't eaten, so we're going to do that, man. So listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.